This is Lar and Alena. You're listening to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast. It'll be available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. See you guys there.
What an excellent day for an podcast.
Welcome, horror fiends, to another Talking Some Damn Horror. Now, some of you may not yet be familiar with today's guest, but believe me when I say she's an all-round artist. Having won art awards as early as middle school, she has also dipped her toes, pun intended, into dance, martial arts, and theater. And if you're not familiar with her face, despite her increasingly large social media presence, I have two theories as to why that could be. One, her growing portfolio of voice work, including Marilyn from The Mechanic and The Alien Story, and Nyano Chen from the popular video game Yandere Simulator. And the second reason being probably the same thing that we encountered. Her meticulous and handcrafted cosplays are so good that we've met her multiple times and even taken pictures with her at cons and had no clue. It's no wonder these costumes have won many awards. So to talk about this and her growing list of acting credits, please welcome in studio, Lauren Elena.
Ooh,
Hello.
Welcome.
let's go.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. This is insane.
Well, thank you for coming.
Who wants to start?
I'll start
Okay.
because I always want to talk. That's what I do.
Oh,
What I do best.
It's your time to shine, man.
It's my time to shine. All right, so I was listening to an interview, and it mentioned that you were in an art competition
Yes.
that you won when you were younger. I am curious, what did you create?
Okay, so this was back in middle school. This is going long, long back. It was a art competition for the township. And I remember this is before I was even into horror. It was something regarding like who can create the best artwork, basically based off of like recycling or something like with the environment. And
Oh,
so
okay.
everybody else that I knew would draw like plants and trees and water. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna draw the Mushroom Kingdom and Princess Peach. And I won.
Sweet.
And I got like an award for it and everything. I met the mayor. It was great.
That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah.
I would have drew the trash heap from Fraggle Rock.
Marjorie?
It's such like a weird thing now that I look back at it. But yet again, I was like a kid, and I love
That's
Nintendo.
awesome.
So I was like, I'm gonna incorporate like what I love into an art project, and I won.
So,
Just like,
Lauren, real quick, I used to dabble in art as well, and I'm a
okay.
big Mets fan, so baseball
Cool.
fan. So I went to a game, and back in the day, they used to have you walk on the field, and they called it Banner Day. You had to create a banner. So I actually created a banner and won third place. We had our name on the scoreboard. I won a fucking VCR, a microwave. A fucking
microwave?
What the fuck am I gonna
Wait,
put a
what?
microwave at? Like,
Wait, that caught me so off guard. Oh my God.
Wait,
This was the 80s.
Yeah.
oh, this is the 80. Yeah, I'm dating
VHS
myself.
or Betamax?
I just turned 52, so I'm dating myself. But yeah, so I understand the whole winning. That was pretty cool to walk on the field and kind of see that
That's
shit up on the lights. That was
I mean,
cool.
hey, that's an experience to win a microwave. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
yeah. Was
My
it like
mom
a
was
themed
more happy about
microwave?
it than I was.
Was it was it a themed microwave or was it just like a microwave?
It was just a microwave, yeah.
Just a
Just
microwave.
and
Mark
tickets
Festival.
to a next game. So
This is before there was Hot Pockets. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, listen, this is the 80s. We didn't have fucking phones. We had cordless phones in our houses.
I didn't even think of that. Most of us existed before Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
I
No,
existed
when did
after
Hot Pockets come out?
Hot Pockets. That's wild. Yeah.
Well, if you ever spin the 90s in the Terror Time Capsule, we might find out when Hot Pockets came out.
Oh, so Hot Pockets is the 90s, Joe?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
All right.
We'll ask Jim Gaffigan.
So Lauren, you were born in Moscow, Russia?
I was. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when did you end up coming over into the States?
Yeah, so I was adopted at a very, very young age. I think it was 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. And what I've learned is that most parents kind of tend to not tell their child when they're adopted. But my parents immediately wanted to tell me. Like they really wanted me to kind of grow up knowing that and like knowing my history and my background. So I found out that I have a biological sister that was also adopted from Russia, and that same family that adopted my sister got a boy. So he's not my biological brother, but he's still technically
Okay.
brother, right? And they live in Ohio. And yeah, I mean, my mom taught me sign language from like this airplane, that I would like they flew me over on my mom's birthday, they got me.
Oh,
And yeah, I mean, I've always been into like learning Russian. Like I've really wanted to kind of dive deeper into learning it. It is difficult. I know like two words, mama and then do svidaniya, which means goodbye. But I'm getting there.
okay.
Baby steps. But yeah. Yeah, it's something it's definitely not something you hear every day.
Okay. Have you been a Jersey girl your whole life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our condolences.
Well, hey, I mean, Russia is below freezing every day, so I'd rather be here. Well, I'd rather be in Florida, but
That's
Yeah.
always that's the end goal.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking Arizona just because it's drier there, but
Yeah. I love Florida. Palm trees, beach. Oh yeah. Great vacation.
Had it
Anyway,
had it
Miami
down-
Dolphins.
dolphins, yeah.
I need
So,
to get down there for Spooky Empire.
Yeah. I actually went to that.
Oh.
I played as Harley Quinn. Now it wasn't as advanced as my recent Harley Quinn, which is the most screen accurate version of Harley I've done. But yeah, I went as Harley Quinn. That was my first ever like big out of state convention. Because usually I go to like Philly or like, but yeah, Florida,
yeah.
that was big.
Yeah.
It was a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
yeah, that's awesome. I was supposed to go last year, but the hurricane. So they
Yep.
canceled that Spooky Empire, and my tickets are good for any time this year. And I think they're
Oh.
doing one actually on Halloween. I think that weekend or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? I think Spooky Empire is on Halloween, so I'm going to try to get down to Florida for that
Yeah,
that
that was-
time and use my ticket there.
do it.
I heard the convention is fantastic. It's like ginormous.
I mean, it's packed. Yeah, it's packed.
How does it compare to like say Cherry Hill and Oaks?
Yeah.
Monster
ugh.
Mania.
Oh my God. I mean, those are like my home cons, I go to them all the time. I don't know, I think it was just like a different experience being in Florida at a convention, because one, I've never done it, but two, it was just like a different atmosphere. Like it was just
Warm.
it was yes, warm. But no, I don't know, like it seems more, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but it was a little different.
Okay.
It was still packed,
Yeah.
but it wasn't, for example, like Monster Mania, how you knew everybody, and maybe that's what it was. Like I didn't really know
Yeah.
many people. So
Okay.
But still, the horror community travels, right? That's the amazing thing about horror conventions. I mean, it's like a true family. I think I heard on a previous interview you were doing that, you used to get picked on, right? Because you liked horror and everything, right?
oh yeah.
Same way here. We were like the outcasts, right? We were strange.
And now
But
here
na-
we are.
But now here we are, right?
Not
And
Now
it's
we
like
the world,
the horror community is like
Yeah, no, seriously, yeah, no.
amazing. It's like a
Yeah.
big family.
It is. It's
Pretty cool.
It is. They all travel.
So I guess so where did the love of horror jump in for you?
Ooh, that's a great question. I mean, I grew up watching horror movies. And like I remember my parents would be like, "Don't watch them because once you see something, you can't unsee it." And I would be like, "Let's do it! Like, let's do it!" Um, so like I would watch Carrie and like all the Chucky films, and like I just really started liking horror. I loved indie horror games as well, like Five Nights at Freddy's and like all of those like different games. And so then I started incorporating that with like art and cosplays and stuff like that. And then I just started going to conventions. Actually, Monster Mania was my first ever horror convention ever.
Okay.
And I just saw the community and I was like, oh my God, I love horror. Like I love it. It's such a, like, I believe it's an art form. Such as every genre, but I believe that horror, there's so many different things you could do. Psychological, gore, FX, like it's all different things that like I love. So I just really like picked up on it and I loved it ever since.
Do you remember the movie that
The
you were
movie?
introduced to?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what movie had you to where it's like, I'm all in?
Oh my God. I think it was Carrie.
Oh,
But
okay.
it wasn't the old Carrie, it was the recent
The
one
re-
with
the remake.
Chloe.
Moret,
Yeah, yeah.
Grace.
I love that movie. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, so good.
There was an awesome cosplay of Carrie, right?
I
At
saw
Monster Mania recently. She was fantastic.
Yeah, we got one like at the tail end, and she was
Yeah.
actually talking about, whether she was just kind of fishing for compliments and all. But we were like, "Oh yeah, you're going to be in a contest, right?"
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. And she's like, I'm not happy with this. I was like,
Uh,
do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're like, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had to walk down. She had to stare.
Yeah.
I mean, she had all of that down.
Yeah.
Looked good.
I mean, I wish I could have talked to her. Oh my God, I would have like boosted her confidence, made her get on stage and do it. I mean, I never entered competitions or like anything like that to win. It was solely just like I love this character. I'm a stage
Oh, yeah.
girl. I love theater, so I was like, I'm gonna go on stage, embrace the character, which I do every competition. I really embrace whatever character I'm playing. And best crowd reactions. And it's just like as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. But if you go into anything thinking, okay, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win, it ruins the whole thing.
yeah, unfortunately, I sent my son down that rabbit hole a long time ago so short version, our parents, when we were growing up, I'm guessing they were still doing it. When
The costumes?
when you were around, but our parents always got together a few weeks to a month before Halloween. We would pick what we wanted to be, and they would make our costumes. So when my son was born, I'm like, absolutely, like this is how it's going to go.
Tradition.
And
Yep.
most of it, I had to learn on the fly.
Hmm.
Like, I knew I wanted to do it. I knew I
Yeah.
could pull it off. But there were like one of the first builds I did is he wanted to be Buzz Lightyear. But he was like 2 or 3 years old. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't do a full armor suit and all.
Right.
So I'm taking like pillows and painting, things like that because he was always a tiny kid. So, I had to beef him up and I just wrapped a pillow with a sheet around him and just drew all the buttons and things on there. But it got to the point where by the time he was 5, we would have the local, parade.
Right.
And for like 3 to 5 years straight, and it sucked because Buzz Lightyear, I think, got him to the point where every year afterwards, he's like, this is what I want to be for Halloween. And then he would hand me a spec sheet. It's got to have this feature, got to have this feature. And I was like,
Oh my God.
dude, you're like, all right, I'm going to try. And at the end of it all, as long as he was happy with it, that's all that mattered. But
Exactly.
we would go to the local parades with the contests and all. And like I said, for like 3 to 5 years straight, he would always win for his age group.
Wow.
He would always win first place for it. And it got to the point where one year, like I knew it got to him because he would
Yeah.
go there. And for him, it was just like you were saying, just the
Right.
fun thing to do.
Right.
And if he wins, he wins. But he goes there and he's walking around. He's like, that's store bought. They shouldn't win. That one's not bad, but I think
How
mine's a
old was he when he was like, I'm so curious.
is it 10?
Is that
Yeah,
cheating? Is that kind of
I-
cheating when you just buy a mask and you don't create your cosplay? Like you just throw a mask on and just go?
So
and he wasn't doing
it
it.
depends.
Yeah.
I'll answer that. but
And it
yeah.
wasn't like an arrogant thing, but he just got so, to some extent,
He
spoiled
loved it. Yeah.
by it.
Yeah.
And then, we heard about other local competitions and stuff. And he's like, oh, let's go enter that. And it's like, and then, he got humbled pretty quickly because there was one year he wanted to be Baymax.
Okay.
And when he told me that, I was like, all right, I'll get one of those white sumo suits. And all. He's like,
Yeah.
no, the armored, the battle ready
Wow.
Baymax. And I was like, so that was the year I had to learn how to make fake armor.
Yeah.
And he wanted to enter into every local competition to it. And he ended up not winning any of them,
Okay.
and it was like but I know there was one in particular that burned him because he's like, it's a no brainer. I'm
Yeah.
going to win this.
Yeah.
And then, but it turns out, politics and stuff like the mayor's kid was involved or something.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
because everyone was kind of like, oh yeah, we know why that
We know.
person won.
Right.
But it
Yeah,
humbled
right.
him really quick. And
Yeah.
it was, they were fun
Yeah.
times.
I mean, I like I loved hearing that. Like that's amazing. I think that if any young child or even, young teenager like really has a passion for like costuming and like dressing up way past Halloween, right? Like pursue it. Like push them to do it because it is such a great hobby and it really could get you far.
Oh, he loved wearing
Yeah.
them.
He didn't
really have interest in doing it. He just, but like I said, he got to the point where he'd be looking over
might-
my shoulder and
he
like,
might,
he's
yeah.
like, yeah, let's do that. And then one year he wanted to, because he got huge into Fortnite.
Yes.
So
Fellow
he
gamer
tells
here.
me
Yep.
once, because a lot of times he would tell me at the last minute, like, oh, I know it's 2 weeks before Halloween, but I want to have this elaborate costume. And I was like, so one year he hit me up in June.
June.
He's like, I got good news and I got bad news.
Oh my god.
He said, I know what I want to be, so you got plenty of notice, but my friend wants to be themed up with me, and it was two Fortnite characters,
Okay.
full body armor and all that. I was
Do you
like,
know that? Do you know the name of the character?
I forget. It was the blue one and the black and
blue.
orange one. Omega, maybe was
Omega?
one of them.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
only slightly knew it at the time, but and I remember on Halloween when his friend went to put on the costume, he's like, "Oh, by the way, none of these are practical. You're probably gonna end up removing half of it because it's all cumbersome and everything."
Yeah.
He's like, "I forgot to warn you that these are aesthetic costumes. They're not the easiest to walk around in."
Yeah. I mean,
So-
anything with. I mean, I've seen so many costumes, and I've made costumes with foam, and like that is a whole that's a whole talk in
Yeah.
itself, and LEDs and all that stuff. But like, I see costumes of people just in like example again, like Five Nights at Freddy's characters where they are full
yeah.
body. And I'm like, how do you walk in that? Like, how?
And the
How?
and the
God
one
bless
that
you.
and the one at Monster Mania, that was 5 nights, right?
Yeah, that was Five Nights at
And
Freddy's,
I
yeah.
love how I still never got to see who was wearing that, but
Neither.
the fact that
Yeah.
they got the very robotic moves down and all,
Yeah.
like that was amazing.
Yeah, I love cosplayers that incorporate cosplay.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? It just
They're
makes it
into it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's
Definitely.
something I always got shit for because I feel like I'm kind of the same way with like when I dress up. I actually saw a video kind of goofing on. I was like, oh my God, that's it. Like people who really get into, you know, going out for Halloween or
Mhm.
cosplaying or any of
Yeah.
that, it's so they can't be themselves.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, that's
Right.
the first a YouTube video psychoanalyzed me perfectly. But yeah, like one time I don't know if you ever heard of or went to the zombie prom they used to have in
Zombie-
Philly.
Mm-mm.
It was 3 events they had throughout the year, but the one I got hooked on was the zombie prom.
Okay.
And it was right over in Center City. I think at the Trocadero they had it.
Okay.
But and it was their annual thing. They did it for like 10 years and then stopped.
Mm.
But that's when I learned how to do like zombie makeup. And when they announced the last one was coming, I'm like, what theme have I done yet? I was like, I've never been a woman. So I did a female thing. So my then girlfriend at the time, and she was always into, you know, like cosmetics and stuff like that. She used to work at Ulta for many years and all. So she knew how to do all that. So I went to the thrift store, bought a really nice dress. I found out I'm a 42D. Yes, I'm walking through Walmart and I bought a bra because that made sense. But so I went through everything.
Wow.
Did all
Wow,
did
I
all
knew
the
you were gonna say something. I knew it. I knew it.
did all the like the, you know,
JC's never heard this story before, obviously.
Oh, I'm
he knew
enjoying
this
it.
was coming, though.
Continue,
That's
Dave,
why he
please.
stayed home.
I was
But,
in the raising the hand. I was
Wait.
expecting that.
But so I went and did the full thing and I did all the zombie makeup and then I had my then girlfriend, like I said, can you make me look beautiful now?
Oh my god.
So she went and did my makeup up and then we took the train to Philly
Public transportation.
and then I had to walk the 3 or 4 blocks to the event.
Can I ask, were you in heels?
I forgot that at the last point. I was
That
actually
would have
pissed.
been over the top.
I
That
was
would've
pissed
been-
half
that
the
would've been a
night.
scene.
Yeah.
That would have been a scene.
Yeah,
Oh,
I want, but still, as I'm walking through Center City,
Yeah.
you know, I'm so not coordinated, but I'm walking through the streets. I'm not even at the event doing all this. Like I would walk up to the bar to grab a drink and I would,
Oh,
you
no.
know, kind of flex it out a little bit. I had 2 guys approach me until I turned around. I was like, yo, what's up, guys? And they're like, oh, Jesus.
I can't believe you just said I flexed it out.
I forget. Well, I didn't
That-
twerk. I don't have that kind of coordination to twerk. But,
And you
know,
even
I
made the
did-
motion. I flexed it out.
Yeah, you tried to like, you know, you're like,
I
hey,
don't
it's
know.
there.
Like I said, I've never been a woman, so
me
I
stick
don't
my
know
ass
the
on
proper
you.
terminology.
Let me
But
put
yeah,
my
it's-
ass on you.
I feel like no matter what costume I do, it's like I completely zone out, and it's like you can't break character. That's half of the
Exactly.
fun.
Oh yeah, I mean I've before I was really dove into horror regarding like cosplay, my biggest cosplay that I worked on for years. I revamped it, I made it once, sold it, and then I was like, I want to make another one. Is Peach. So this is the Smash Bros version of Peach, which has so much detail, and layering and fabrics and you know, whole 9 yards. And I used to, and I definitely want to get back into it. First cons, but I also used to go to. It's in Pennsylvania, Peddler's Village.
Mhm.
Okay.
Whatever it-
Yep.
Yeah. And I swear I'm the only person that does it. I never see anybody else do it. I dress up as Peach, like near Halloween, right? Because I don't want to stick out like
Yeah.
a sore thumb. But I go as Peach, and I'm in total character with the kids, and I have like lines of people with their kids that just want to take photos with me, and I walk around and like I'm totally in character, and I've done that for years. And I was like, I really love this, and that's kind of why I think I discussed it even in a different interview too, where I was like, whenever I put whatever character it is and whatever character I'm hooked on, like I study that character. Like I study the personality, the mannerisms, the voice, the poses, like
You do a peach.
everything.
You do a peach voice.
I do. I do.
Wait. You know what? We'll wait till afterwards to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
You asked for this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, right? I know.
Maybe you
Cosplayer,
can give our show a shout out in the voice.
Yeah, ooh.
There you go.
Yeah.
So is that where the ultimate goal is to get into Florida? Because you got Disney, right?
Yeah, I've actually thought about that. And just because of like the costuming that I've done, like a lot of people have like said like, look, you should get into costuming. You should, go for Disney. Like you should be a Disney princess. And I've studied some of it. Certain heights. I'm only like 4'10", 4'11". I'm very small.
That's all.
So yeah. So so I can only play like Tinkerbell. Like I can't really play like Rapunzel. Like it's not a character I want to play. But I don't know. I like the feeling of like also being able to wear something that I made. You know what I mean? Like knowing like I have progress pictures of whatever character and I'm like, yeah, I made this and I'm walking around in it in character. Like I don't know. Disney, they just slap a dress on you and
Right.
throw you out there. Yeah. In 100-degree weather.
So Peach, Nintendo,
Yes.
right? Mario Brothers.
Yes.
Did you play the original Nintendo?
I have.
Okay.
I have. I've played almost every Mario game.
Okay.
I'm a huge Mario fan.
What's your favorite one?
All time?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Oh my
You thought
gosh.
this was going to be easy?
I kind of did, yeah.
No.
Okay, favorite Mario title, all the DS series and the Wii, because that's what I grew up on.
Okay.
All-time favorite, just Nintendo game, Smash. Smash
Okay.
Bros. Oh yeah, favorite game. Oh yeah, I would kill all of you.
Almost
That was really fun.
Probably.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, probably like Super Mario Wii, DS, Mario Galaxy. That's
Oh, that was
gonna
fun,
be-
yeah.
Dave, they didn't have Mario on Atari, so. My wife is a huge Mario fan. She plays every single Mario game.
Mario
it.
Kart. I think we've
Oh,
all played
yeah.
Mario Kart.
Oh,
I mean, come on.
absolutely.
If you haven't, then
Oh yeah.
are you living under a rock?
I played once and didn't realize I was so removed from gaming that
Yeah.
I lost horribly to a child
What?
and was
Mario Kart?
Huh?
Mario Kart.
Yeah. I mean, we have
Are we talking about the
when-
Wii? Or
when
are we
you
talking
have
about,
like a 10-year break from even touching a controller. Yeah.
My thumbs don't work on the
Fine.
controller. I try to play football, I spin, I fall down. It's like, yeah, I'm not supposed to hit that button.
I guess it's different. I mean, I've grown up on video games, so
Yeah, we have an alleged Wii that's jailbroken in the studio somewhere. That
Oh,
we have
man.
old Nintendo and Super Nintendo, every single game ever made. So
Cops are
we
coming
might
to the
we might
house.
flex and play that
Yeah.
every once in a while.
No, that's
It's,
why it's alleged.
It's
No
it's
one's
alleged.
doing it.
Yeah.
is it like dripped in gold? Like nobody ever touches it. Like it's in a pristine box. Sounds like it.
Yeah, just because Joe likes to play Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and yeah. So we have to keep it. We have to keep it close by in case Joe T needs to flex his muscle a little bit
Yeah.
and keep us in check.
Show Glass Joe who's boss.
Yeah.
So Lauren, I have a question, right? You're a big gamer, right? Love game. So if someone just handed you a blank check and said, you know what, create any game that you want to create, what does your game look like? That's a stumper right there.
That is wow. I give you props, guys. Oh my God.
You can come back to it later. That's fine.
No,
You can
no,
have it digest it a bit.
You got the brain meat. You got the brain meat going. Okay, so definitely horror. 100%.
Okay.
Definitely stealth. I'm very much into like stealth gaming. Definitely again gore, horror, maybe jump scares, even though I know jump scares could be a little overrated sometimes, But yeah, definitely health. Stealth. Health. Yeah, let's make a game about nursing
Yeah.
puppies.
Make a healthy game.
But yeah, no,
You gotta
definitely
dodge
horror.
vegetables.
You're going on a killing spree while
Take it out of
consuming
Yorkie.
vegetables.
Yeah.
That That's like a Rick and Morty game right there.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
gonna stab you with my broccoli knife.
I mean, they're taking all these like cartoon and like even like children properties and
Mhm.
like turning them into horror movies.
Yeah.
So a serial killer Pickle Rick and
Oh, that would be great.
like we're good to go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, my first was scary game was on the PlayStation was Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil.
Oh, the original.
So the original,
Okay.
the jump scares in that scared the crap out of me, and I would play it late at night. Yeah. So
What do you guys think of oh god, what is her name? Oh my gosh, it's a shooter game, and I'm drawing a blank now. Lara Croft.
oh
the
yeah,
game?
Tomb Raider.
That's
Tomb
it.
Raider.
I grew up on that too.
Oh, I
So
love
that was
great.
more adventurous. It was fun, and it
That was
Yeah.
for the Indiana Jones crowd.
Yeah.
Like Temple Run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forgot about that one.
Yeah.
I never played it, but I know it existed.
You know, yeah.
you what kind of games are you into playing now?
Oh, Fortnite, Overwatch, Halo, COD, Smash Bros. Competitively. Yeah.
Okay. Do you Twitch?
I do. Do I Twitch?
That's
Do you have a nervous? Do you have a nervous tick?
All right.
That's the worst part about being the editor of everything,
Okay.
because I'm
Oh,
watching myself
shit.
like
Lauren.
it's like Jesus.
Let me rephrase this.
Yeah.
show you
We're
Lauren,
gonna slap you around. Do you Twitch?
bloodstream, so
do you have a
Huh?
Twitch channel?
I do not have a Twitch channel.
Okay.
Okay.
Better.
Do you Twitch?
when I'm
We-
doing podcasts, I'll
we
talk,
have-
yes.
It's
We-
how you go. Oh yeah.
we do have a Twitch
We twerk.
channel that we signed up from the very beginning.
Nice.
I think we did one stream. It was our first video episode ever, where it was like 5 minutes after Evil Dead Rise came out. It was like, let's live stream this on Twitch. You know,
My
the
daughter
only
was
non-gamer.
like the only audience member. She
That
was
was in the
She was
early
like,
days
"Way to
of
go, Dad. Patty, you
Somewhere.
did good.
yeah.
Yeah, right?
Now, do you play games like late, like 2, 3 in the morning?
Oh god, no.
Okay.
Oh, I've never been like that. I always loved like co-op, so like I play with like my friends, or like I play online. Like I've never just like sat there, you know,
Forgetting
lonely and sad, just
like waking up and then there's light and it's just like, wait a minute, am I still playing a game? You
You
know,
know,
is
I
this
could
still
never
going
do
on?
that.
No, I can't either.
yeah, no, my eyes would strain.
I'm out by
I
like
wouldn't be
1
able to-
o'clock.
Oh yeah.
When the wife goes out with the girlfriends and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play PlayStation, and I'm like all night long, and then I'm like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, you're like I'm done. Yeah.
I'm like sleeping during the game online.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
miss the early bird at the diner tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
And
so
what about
Lauren,
you guys? Are you guys like hardcore like staying up all night gamers, or do you just
All night
That's
meaning
true.
like 10 o'clock, like maybe.
I'm fucking old.
no, I'm not.
You're all-
He doesn't know technology.
I,
JC's
I go to sleep.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. So we're talking about Temple Run and like
He has no idea.
Five Nights
Yeah,
at Freddy's
no,
is
no,
probably
no.
like
I
yeah.
have. I'm not a
like-
gamer, Lauren. These
It-
guys, they're game.
I play Madden like all
Don't
the
hate
time.
me for that.
I'm just a
please.
Madden guy in baseball, and I think Joe's the same way
yeah,
too.
Okay.
baseball and Call of Duty.
Nice.
That's basically it.
Nice.
I just watch horror movies
Yeah.
and review them,
Yeah.
and I have a
Yeah,
show with
I-
these fucking guys here.
No, I'm completely out of the loop too. If
So-
it
so-
was something my son played, I dabbled in it, and then again quickly realized like I need about 6 years to get up to par again, get that coordination going,
Yeah.
and can't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
and video games are like getting more advanced too. Like I think that's something we can like touch on because like now there's like VR and like
That's what I
that
would
was
like to
coming out.
do.
I was like, I remember I was like, what is VR? And then I was like, there's no way,
No, I'm
very,
no way.
I'm
it
afraid-
stands for very real
Very
games.
real games, right?
yeah. I'm afraid I do that. My kids are gonna like fuck with me,
Yeah.
and then I'll be like
Yeah.
shitting myself.
Yeah,
like if that happens.
Smash into
Yes.
a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah,
there
I've
an
never
Exorcist
played
VR
any.
game? There's an Exorcist VR game, isn't there?
Yeah.
I need to
guarantee
fucking.
you could find it on YouTube.
I need to
like,
fucking do that.
VR
Yeah,
videos.
you could probably see the
It,
gameplay.
it comes with the vomit squirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ew,
someone's
yeah.
just standing there with a fucking water gun. So,
That was
so,
intriguing. Mm-mm.
so,
Yeah,
Lauren,
well-
quick question for you. Let's get back to cosplay a little bit here. So, how long does it take you to get all Harley Quinned up, right? Because I know you got to put a lot of tattoos on, right?
Yes, I do. So, there's about 20, depending on which like variant of Harley. Arkham Knight, there was no tattoos, right? But Suicide, 2016 version, there's about 29 tattoos.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, getting ready, plus the hair and the makeup and all the jewelry and the earrings. I mean, the last time Monster Mania took me about almost 3.5 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
yeah.
Well, see, you could cut that in half if you just went and actually got the tattoos. I mean, if you're really committed to all this,
I could
duh.
never. Oh my gosh, no.
Tattoos are stupid,
Rotten on my
Dave.
face?
Don't
No
get
way.
tattoos.
No
I
way.
read that somewhere on the internet.
Tattoos are stupid.
Yeah.
I am tattoo free. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get like a really small. I don't know. Most likely
I
not
put-
because I'm a little baby. But
I put these on every day. It takes me like 4 hours, and then I got to take them off at night.
Oh, you wait. The best story is that JC and I we go way back, and he had this tattoo.
Oh
It
God,
was
you're
like,
telling this fucking story.
do I want to know?
A Yeti and Chewbacca had a kid, right? And he had this tattoo.
I'm gonna give you the story after the story, by the way, Lauren. But let him continue.
And
Yeah.
it was hilarious because he'll get into the story about it, but anyway, it was hilarious to the point where we would make fun of JC, and at that point I started getting tattoos of horror because my kids were like, "Hey, Father's Day's coming." My oldest daughter, already had like 5 tattoos right after 18, and she's like, "Dad, stop being a wuss. I'm going to get you a card, a gift card, and you're going to go get a tattoo, on your, whatever you want to do." And I'm like, "What do I want?" And it always went back to horror. So I got a horror tattoo, and then JC saw it, and then the guy pumps out like 2 straight sleeves before I'm even done my first one. And I was just like, way to go.
Yeah.
But JC, go ahead. You can tell your
So
story.
yeah, I did have a funky Chewbacca Yeti on my arm.
Okay, I have to see a picture of it.
So here's-
yes.
here-
So is it covered now? Like I'm
Oh,
getting.
yeah.
This is it. So I have this whole arm is the Exorcist.
Okay. Oh, nice. Wow.
So it is covered. It's been covered twice, by the way. So I got my first tattoo in a buddy's kitchen. He's now a tattoo artist, but back then it was in his fucking kitchen.
So
And it was
like Chewbacca Yeti.
yeah, it was a snake. It was like one of his first that he was doing. So it was pretty bad. Then I ended up working I'm in healthcare. So I ended up working for this company. And this was at the time where they were introducing the lasers that remove tattoos. So they're like, we need a volunteer. We're looking to present this. We were going to carry it. So
And you're like, yep, Yeti
I'm like,
Chewbacca.
raise my
Here
hand.
you go.
So for maybe 2 weeks, I drove in and out of New York City 3 nights a week, and I sat in a room on a chair with about 30 doctors around as they burned the shit out of my skin and removed my tattoo. And I didn't want to be like, oh, it hurts, so I had to grit my teeth, but I was in a lot of pain. That was bad. So
What's
then I
worse,
get
getting a tattoo or getting it removed.
yeah,
it's
so but
gotta
it was free, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna take advantage of it. So then I go and I'm like, I gotta cover this up. And back then I wasn't into tattoos, and I covered it up
Yeah.
with this fucking Yeti. I don't know what the fuck this guy was doing.
You went back to the Yeti?
No. He
No,
had.
I had a skull and snake.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
first one was a
skull,
skull
yeah.
and snake.
And then
yeah.
he got it.
Then I got the Yeti, and I'm like,
Then get it.
motherfucker. So when I knew that I was gonna get this sleeve, that was the first thing I told my tattoo artist. I'm like, listen, you got to get rid of this fucking thing. So the Yeti is actually in the mist of the.
You can't see. He did a really
Can't
good
see it,
job.
but it's there.
Good.
So that's my story. Yes, I did
Oh.
have a funky Yeti.
I would
Funky
imagine. I've
Yeti.
never had a tattoo removed. However, I'm sure JC would say removing a tattoo hurts worse than actually getting
Oh
one.
fuck yeah, it does. Absolutely,
What's that,
absolutely.
the
It's
whole
not even
laser
a
thing?
not even a
What-
question.
Or getting one or getting it removed, like laser.
But that's what I mean. I guess removal's all with the
Removal
the
is
laser
worse.
process.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
burning of the skin.
It was a
Yeah.
first laser too, so it was like. Right now it's like, barbaric and shit. My skin was bubbling up as they were fucking
Oh.
doing it.
Ugh.
Ew.
Yeah.
Nasty.
But they're forever. So if you do make that decision, just make sure it's the right decision, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Think,
I won't get a Chewbacca Yeti. That's
think
No,
before you
don't,
think.
please.
Yeah, that's what it says. in the
Public
tattoo
service
policy, yeah.
announcement brought to you by.
But now I love my sleeves. Now they're a work of art, so I enjoy them.
Hey,
Like the Ice Nine Kill song?
There you go.
the art of dying
Yeah.
brings me to life. Yeah.
What,
And
Evanescence?
Evanescence brings me to life.
Oh,
There we go, Dave. Evanescence.
We're going back to 2000, aren't
yeah,
we?
right,
Okay.
right. All right, let's get back. All right, let's get back to the present day. All right.
So cosplay. So it takes you about 3.5 hours or so to do Harley Quinn.
That's for Harley. Yeah.
What's the longest cosplay that you've done that took the longest to get, all dolled up for?
Yeah, Corpse Bride.
Yeah. Corpse?
Corpse Bride.
Corpse Bride. Awesome.
4 hours.
Okay.
4 hours. That was for Monster Mania. I actually won first place with her.
Okay.
And this was like my first ever, it was Peach and like whatever, but then it was a Tim Burton character, and it's kind of impossible to look exactly like that character. Peach, you could try your hardest. Harley, you could do your best. Corpse Bride, her neck is as thin as a twig, so it
Yeah.
kind of, but, I painted myself completely blue, legs, arms, chest, face, the wig, the dress was in two pieces. I had to assemble that. All of like the contouring. I've always been into makeup and like special effects and stuff like that. So, um, for like the dress, there's a portion of her dress where her rib is like poking out. So I actually went out, got a skeleton, cut it up, really weathered
Oh,
it,
wow.
and just stuck it in the dress, and it looks really good. But again, like yeah, like the contouring and the makeup and the details takes a very long time. But once you like look in the mirror, you're like, yeah, it's art. It's really
Yeah.
drawing. Like it's drawing on your body and your face, especially with like paint and like
So,
facial paint.
so you put a lot of effort. I mean, you're going
Yes.
like weeks into the prep, right? And you're
Mhm.
like looking at every detail,
Absolutely.
going back to the store,
Yes.
getting Amazon orders coming in,
Yeah.
and you're working it. You're trying to.
Yeah, no, I mean like I'll think for a second, like this cosplay looks good, right? Everybody around me, this cosplay looks great, and I'm like, nope, I have to weather that. I have to add that. That's the wrong ribbon. I have to weather the shoes. Like I'm always very detail oriented.
Perfectionist. I respect that.
Perfectionist. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, with Harley, it's on my Instagram. Like you could zoom in and see every detail. Like the tattoos are all accurate, all placed accurate, all of the jewelry, all of like the detailing on the shirt. I actually had to buy a shirt, do all that to it, paint it, dye it, and then I had to go in with scissors, cut all of the screen accurate holes, sew them. Like, yeah,
Well,
it's way more than just, putting on a costume and walking around. It's a lot of work.
last week at Monster Mania, it was the first time I saw you in cosplay up close with Harley. So just the detail and time, I admire it. It's just
thank you.
it
Thank
looked
you.
terrific.
Thank you.
And seeing you go up there during the contest was amazing. And you played the role. You had the Harley Quinn.
I did.
You had the
I did.
accent
I
going.
did.
Oh, that was
The accent, but
a little bit,
a bit.
a little bit. But it was great.
you.
Seeing you go up there and having fun, and everybody that went in and cosplayed
Yeah.
for that contest, because that was my first time I stayed for the entire contest. Joe T, him and I, we had VIP that last weekend, and he's like, you got to stay. This is phenomenal. So that was my first time. I stayed the whole entire time and watched the whole thing. So it was great. And
It was packed.
oh, it was jam packed.
Yeah, that was like I've done cons, but like Monster Mania, that I think that was the most packed cosplay contest audience wise even. Like it was insane. It's like, my God, like this means they're doing good.
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
spread the word. He got everybody to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things I look forward to the most. Obviously, going and seeing some of the vendors that we know because they're in the same
Right,
spots.
right,
Obviously,
right.
the guests. But yeah, the costumes, and you're respectful. You ask them, can we get a picture?
Absolutely,
and we
yeah.
normally add it to our posts, or Danny C will put together a video showing like the highlights from the
Right.
con. And when we do our review of the cons, we also try to shout out, some of the costumes that we thought they did a great job.
Yeah, I appreciate what you said about how you ask for photos, because the amount of times people just it's this weird thing
It's
with
weird.
cosplay. Yeah, and I've said it before where different characters get different fan reactions.
Mhm.
And rightfully so, right? Like the audience for Peach or Corpse Bride is not going to be the same as Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And some people, I think I don't know what it is. Maybe they just see, oh my God, it's Harley Quinn, and they just run up and get a picture and touch you. But like,
That's
as a
disrespectful.
cosplayer, it's
Have your boundaries.
Yeah.
love it when
I mean,
people,
you
like,
got to ask, right?
Yeah,
You should
sure.
always ask.
that
I
was
mean, that's just respectful, right? These guys, well, I cosplayed once, Lauren. I actually wore this Hell House LLC clown mask
Ooh.
that you see. So there wasn't much to it. I just stood there and basically walked
No,
slow,
no, no, no,
turned,
no. You turned your
turn-
head.
Oh no.
turned my head a little
So
bit,
you
scared.
like you got in costume and just like
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just standing
hung
there as
out
they
where
were
they
collecting the
stand the
tickets.
Yeah, right near
wristbands.
the entrance.
And people were
Yeah.
like running in because they're afraid of clowns. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like standing there, and I would turn, my head a little bit, and just like I was freaking some people. Some kids were scared, so
I was his handler, and it was as cool because I had his bag and everything, and I'm like, oh, I get to do this for somebody,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and somebody's having all this cosplay moments, and
But But looking at the cosplay costumes that were at Monster Mania, I would never try to put myself in that. I mean, it's like, what are you doing? Everybody's like all fantastic and they took all this time. And here I
believe
show
that.
up with my little clown outfit.
Well,
Hey,
No,
it's not.
stop
It's not a
it.
clown outfit. It's that fucking.
It's that fucking
I don't know if
clown,
you
I
ever seen
know.
Hell House LLC?
I've seen
What it
photo,
is?
yeah, but I've never actually
This
watched
clown, like
it.
the first one, when you see that clown that's in JC's background,
Mhm.
it freaks you out.
Really?
It's like one of those ones that gets you. It's a found footage and it's good, but it really
Ooh.
it takes you in, and you're like, it's that fucking clown. You'll come out after you're done watching it saying
Yeah.
that.
Did people
So-
recognize you in costume?
Some did. Some did.
The
I mean,
one-
it's
The ones that
yeah.
weren't traumatized,
Some of
yeah.
them-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not,
They're
you know,
not saying
some people
Pennywise
know.
or art, you know. So
Well, that's always good. Yeah. Yeah.
But I got a chance to interview the director, Stephen Cognetti, who did the Hell House franchise. So I interviewed him for the show. So I had the clown in the background too as like bonus,
Amazing.
as fucking bonus points.
Yeah, right.
but going back to Monster Mania, Lauren, you were in there for I think the sexiest costume, right?
Yeah.
Or something along those lines.
Yeah.
They picked a winner. And one thing I saw and I noticed is that you went up and like you congratulated everybody doing the contest. And to me, that is very awesome to see because you're appreciative of everybody doing the same thing and joining in. And I see the reactions that you were having or other
Yeah.
cosplayers having. I
They
think
get defeated, like you were
it's
saying.
phenomenal.
Like a lot
Yeah.
of people get defeated, and I think that I think that there's definitely a stereotype regarding cosplay contests because it's like, oh, you have to be the best of the best, right? You have to know somebody in order to win. You have to, and that's not true. And I think that, like, you were saying, Dave, that, you know, it is defeating if you don't win, but you also have to appreciate, okay, I took out 4 months making this costume. I had the guts to go on stage in front of a live audience,
Mhm.
where anything could have happened. And I put on my best performance and I had fun. Like, that's what you have to congratulate yourself on the back for, because if you go on and say, okay, I didn't win, whatever, you're gonna be depressed. You're gonna be upset about it. But
Oh, yeah.
you always
Have
have to
fun.
focus on the highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank. Who was the one? The one kid he came up. I'm trying to think what the costume was though. But
I was
when
in the back. I didn't see anybody
when
go on
and I think he
stage.
was about midway through or towards the end,
Yeah.
but he came up and they were like, you do understand this is like sexiest contest. And he's like, well, yeah, I came for original, but I missed that window. I'm trying to think of what it was. But it was, and I do remember it was like a pretty cool idea and all, but I just found it funny. And
Yeah.
did we get the full video of that?
I had the full video.
Oh, okay.
I have the full
But he
video.
came up and they're like, you do understand this is for sexiest. And he was just like, well, I missed original. So I figured I'd show up on stage. And to me, that was something fun. Like, hey, I'm coming up here no matter what. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to win, but
Did he flex it out a little bit, Dave? Did he flex it out?
Did he? Yeah.
because if I remember right, it was a male costume and also, yeah, no booty shots from him. Hey, don't hate. Like I said, 2 guys approached me that night. So
Hey, listen, I think we should
I got
fucking
good flexing skills.
on the streets of Philadelphia.
Yes,
way,
we
go.
way to go, Dave.
Yup.
Oh, yeah. You just put that whole brag.
I
in there.
want to cosplay Human Centipede, but you guys don't want to kiss my ass. So
Oh no, we are not doing Human Centipede. That we were thinking about doing a costume, as a group, and the first thing that comes up is like Human Centipede. I'm like, oh fuck no, we're not doing.
You
that.
see the prudes I got to work with?
that would be fucking hilarious, dude. No, really,
Okay,
just
okay.
you don't have to put your lips on the ass. Just kind of maybe hover above, a little Velcro. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Thank you, thank you.
Because it's
I
my
feel
iconic
uncomfortable. This is
trilogy.
my house.
He supports the.
Yeah, I feel comfortable.
All right, let's get off Human Centipede. Great. I know. It was great.
Okay.
It was gory. It was nasty. Do I like the idea of it? No, but
But again, the whole idea was he was talking to his buddy and they were trying to one up each other on what's the worst form of punishment for a criminal. And then one of the 2 came up with that and he's like, I got an idea for a movie.
and
So-
now there's 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a
Yeah,
horrible
Make it
movie. It's-
increasingly more amazing.
those are tough movies
Dave
to
is a
watch.
huge fan of the Human Centipede
Oh,
trilogy. Yeah,
They're tough to
I'm-
watch.
Jaded and numb anymore. Like I'm looking
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
a
I feel
movie
you.
that'll make me feel anything anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I remember the reviews of that movie. They were like, "Oh my god, that's nasty. That's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen." And I'm like, "Am I just like numb?" Like what you just said. Like, am I just so like phased over now to where the Human Centipede? We know what it's about. It didn't really, or maybe it's just because I'm an actress and I do know all the practical effects and like, I don't know. I see movies from a different perspective now. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I remember when we spoke to Samantha about it, she was saying like she was loosely a fan and everything, but and I guess especially working with Damien, like she's like when you see how the sausage is made as far as the effects,
yeah.
like she's like that's what pushed her over the top to be like,
Mm.
God, I love horror now.
Yeah.
Because it's like just the
Yeah.
artistry that's
The art,
involved with that.
exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
1000%.
so Lauren, what do you think about horror right now? Just horror in general, the movies that are coming out, just like the state of horror right now.
State of horror currently. Okay, yeah. I do. There's a few that I actually have seen recently. Fresh, I believe it's called. It just came out. Or maybe it was a few years ago. I'm not.
Wait, with Bucky Barnes?
It was the,
Sebastian Stan.
I
Yeah,
think
him.
so. Yeah,
It's
Fresh.
Bucky Barnes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so that was like really good. That was good.
That
I
was
think
eerie.
yeah, that was eerie. Well, I like that word eerie. Yeah, no, I think that horror, I think that a lot of people are getting tons of inspiration from each other. And that's not a bad thing. Like I'm not gonna come on here and say that's, bad. I do think that inspiration is great, and I love also original concepts as well. Like I think either or, can make really good horror films. So currently right now, I think that it's really good. I think that there's a lot of films out there they're doing great. And even like I think it's insane just as horror fans, like, we could still recall, Halloween and Freddy and like all of those older movies,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's like you still want to
classics.
watch them. Yeah, it's just I
Yeah.
don't know, I think it just proves that like whatever generation horror just it's good all around,
Yeah. I love the fact that indie horror is popping right now, right?
It
Indie
is.
horror is showing the rest of Hollywood what to
Yes.
do, right? You look at the substance, right? I
Yeah.
mean, nominated for, Academy Awards. I mean, I love the fact that horror is getting the recognition that it deserves now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And like you were saying, as far as like more originality recently,
Mhm.
like more
Yeah.
creators are like shooting their shot now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
for like Substance. Like I saw
Substance, yeah.
yeah, that was very like
Well
I was like,
executed.
wow, yeah. Smile too, for example. I liked the original, but the second one really, I don't know, I just really loved it. It was like a very psychological aspect because it touched into like depression and like all of that. It was a different side of psychological horror.
Right.
Yeah.
And I really, really liked that. Yeah.
It definitely did. I mean, I don't shit on the first one.
Yeah,
I'm
I
okay.
do.
I'm okay.
Me too.
I'm okay with the first one, but the second one, it was like
It was very, yeah.
I kind of felt like I wish you would have started with the second one first, and then because then would have I guess I would have had a different feeling going into it. But I'm glad I watched it, and I think 2024, a lot of movies popped, right? Originality, right? You had Late Night with the Devil,
Yes.
Great, great
you had-
movie.
Great.
Heretic, right? I
Heretic.
don't know if you ever saw Heretic, but
No.
it's a different concept.
Mhm.
But those type of movies are good for us to watch. I mean, we had In a Violent Nature, right?
Yes.
That
That's a movie.
yes, it is a
It's a
movie.
movie.
That kill right there. Holy shit, that kill.
I think yeah,
Charlotte.
the one. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we had her on the podcast, and we did
Nice.
talk about this before we saw the kill.
It was like 2 weeks before the
Yeah.
movie came out, and
Okay.
and this was like her first feature. So
Yeah.
we're like trying to talk to her, and it's just like,
Nope. Nope.
tell us
Tell us.
Yes.
Right.
And the best she got was a slip up of, we were asking about the makeup process and all that. And she was just like, oh, yeah. And like the prosthetics. And we are like, all right, so we know where you're going to get killed.
Right.
But it was weird because that was literally our second like full interview.
Yeah.
And it was like, we don't know what to tell. Now we got through it and it seemed to play out well.
Yeah.
It just kind of stung like having no reference to the movie.
Right.
And we didn't even know that she was the kill
Right.
Mm.
of the movie.
Wow.
I mean, to be a part of that is got to be pretty amazing because you were in a remarkable kill, and we had Alexa Blair Robertson on
Yeah.
recently, and that kill in Terrifier 3 in
Mhm.
the shower,
It's iconic.
it's
Yeah.
iconic now
I
because
think- yeah.
you're going to go to that. More people are going to go right now.
Right.
This generation is going to go
Go
towards
to the
that
newer.
scene in
Mhm.
Terrifier 3
Right.
than Psycho.
It's the new shower scene.
You
Okay,
watch your
damn it.
filthy mouth, Dan.
Yeah,
was
right, Dave. Look at him.
Fan of
The
Psycho, right?
disrespect to Norman Bates. Unfucking believable.
I can't believe you say that about cousin Norm.
But
Come
it's
on, Norm.
that they take things in a different way and they incorporate it into the horror
Yeah.
movie to make you think about, and it leaves
Right.
it leaves an effect on you.
It does. Yeah. I mean, I've watched horror movies where, like, I really, and mind you, like as we talked about, like I feel kind of unfazed by a lot, like gore wise, body gore, like I'm whatever, But there's like been some movies where like after I'm like, okay, is there something behind my door? Like,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, get out of my
You
room,
saw
you know?
Skinamarink, didn't you?
Ah, ah. Hey,
Did you
Skinamarink was a
wait a
very
minute?
good
Did you
artsy
watch Skinamarink?
experimental film.
Did you?
I've heard of it.
Okay, you heard of
I've
it. All
heard of
right.
it. Why is it?
It's boring.
It's
Don't waste your
It's
time.
it's an amazing
it's an experimental
If you
film that
watch the
deserves to
trailer,
be
you
seen.
watch the trailer of it, you will be pulled in
You
like
serious?
we were.
and it works best with the I don't know if you have surround sound or
I
not,
do not.
but either way, as long as the volume's cranked and you're in a dark room,
Lauren,
it's
you'll never look at your door casing the same way again.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
or
no.
or 1920s cartoons ever again.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
I
good.
mean,
I
I was-
understood what the director was trying to do. It was more experimental. I
I'm okay with
appreciated it.
that.
Yeah.
And I have I'm not slamming the director for what he did because it was different.
He shot
I
his
love
He
shot.
got his shot, and I
Shot,
respect
shot,
that.
yeah.
And that's what I love about horror. It's just that
Absolutely.
those different concepts, if you shoot your shot and you have that opportunity, you do it. You go
Yeah.
out there and you do it. Whether it doesn't appeal to Joe and I, it appeals to Dave and
Right.
Jace. Oh, who the
Who
fuck
the
is
fuck is
Jace?
Oh,
Who
my
the
God.
fuck
There you
is
go.
what?
JC.
We get too comfortable in an
What?
interview, and he
But I'll
calls
tell
me.
you right now, when I watched the trailer for it, I was like staying up, like I was having flashbacks of dreams of just thinking about that night after, and I was like, wow, that had an effect on me. And then when I went to
Yeah.
watch it with my family, my wife and daughters almost slaughtered me trying to go out of the theater.
Yeah, he
They were
wasted
like,
$100 on
I,
that
I
one.
put I paid $100 in tickets to go. I bought the whole family. I brought Dave along. We all
And that was my second watch, so I knew that he was on the brink of his whole family disowning him.
yeah. So that was a moment where my wife and kids were like,
Yeah.
you may be like sleeping outside tonight. It was like
my
January,
gosh.
right? So
Yeah, I have to at least see this now. This is
yeah. So it's not
It-
for everybody. However, I do respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was going to
Colin.
drop on Shutter. You should have just waited until it dropped on Shutter and saved
Let me ask you
100.
guys, do you guys like how do you guys feel regarding remakes?
Ooh.
Wow, I was
Yeah.
discussing this at work the other day. I think in total, I could probably count on one hand remakes that are as good, if not better, than the original.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not one to like write it off completely, despite Nightmare on Elm Street.
Right.
But I'm willing to give them a chance. And like I said, a couple of them. I think it was actually, I think it was The Hills Have Eyes.
Goes up.
When
Yes.
I saw
I did
that
see the- I
remake,
did
now
see the
granted,
remake.
that was kind of what they were going for with Psycho, like a borderline shot-for-shot remake. But I actually saw that before I saw the original.
Really?
And I loved it so much. And I'm like, I really need to go back and watch the original.
Yeah.
And yeah, realize that other than straying at the end a little bit, like it was kind
It was
of
good.
like
Yeah.
it was a true remake. And I love the original, but I
Yeah.
think I like the newer one a little bit
I
more.
could say, yeah, I could say the same about The Ruins.
Oh,
So-
great movie.
Yeah.
Great
So-
movie.
Thanks.
Love it.
And I don't know if it's a hot take, but like I loved it. I was like, it was just the twist. I think you know the twist. I was just like, oh my God, I love this movie. And by the end of it, I was just like, I had so many questions. Like I love movies that leave me having questions.
Yeah.
I
We could
love-
spoil shit here too if you want.
I
So,
Skinamarink will give you that. You will have questions.
Really
so
I hear
for me,
giggling. I'm worried now because is this a film that like
Because it's as split of a movie for this show as it can
Yeah.
be. Like I said, we really like it. These two despise it.
so
So we
here-
love trolling them
okay.
on their distance. But
Right.
it really is. I
It's fun.
genuinely think it's worth a watch.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't think you'll walk away like, okay, that was like,
Yeah.
I think you're going to feel one extreme or the other.
One way. Okay.
You're either going to
Hate it or love it.
send a bomb to the studio, or you're going to be like,
it's
thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah.
listen, it's not the most action-packed movie, but you have to go in. The synopsis basically is you're watching these two kids, young kids, boy and girl. They wake up in the middle of the night. Their parents are gone. There's an entity upstairs, and all the windows and doors are disappearing, and they're stuck in this nightmare. And you see this through their eyes. If you go in that way, then
It's
the
supposed-
boringness really
Yeah,
doesn't.
you got
crush
late
it.
night. No,
Yeah.
there's you turn up the sound on it so you can.
jeez.
You got it. You
It's
got it.
all
engulfed.
sound design.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, that's why I went to the theater to watch it because you have to engulf yourself into that moment.
Yeah.
Right.
And like a quarter of the movie has subtitles. And then other stuff, you just
Yeah.
got to figure out what's being said. Oh, and there's only like 5 minutes of like actual
Gore?
dialogue.
Dialogue?
Yes, yeah.
It's all
lot of-
sound effects.
There's
It's
a lot of
like
feet
what?
shuffling.
said,
There's a lot of feet shuffling. Doors closing.
Oh, no.
it's
Yeah.
supposed to. I warned you.
I-
It's gonna be chilly in here. My goodness.
It's supposed to simulate a child's nightmare.
Wow.
So wait a minute.
That's why I
is-
said volume up, lights off is
Yeah.
probably the best. If you have a chance at liking it, that would be the way to do it.
Okay.
We're talking remakes. Skin America's not a remake.
So yeah, Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead,
Is that,
The
is that more
Fly.
like a universe sequel, or is that, or would we count that as a remake?
So I think that's borderline, right? Everybody has their opinion. about that.
Borderline remake, yeah.
It's
It's a
Oh,
new
you're talking
vision.
about the Alyssa, what's her name?
Alyssa Sutherland. That,
No,
that's Evil Dead.
That the
Rise.
Jane Levy one that
Jane-
we
so-
snuffed.
Yeah.
Jane
Okay,
Levy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So,
here-
that one.
That is kind of
It's really it's
Yeah.
borderline remake. It could it be in that universe, and we call it. I
If you
mean,
want it to be a part of the universe, I mean,
Yeah, it's
I
a
guess
new
it gets
it's a
vision.
standalone. It's a standalone film that it relates back
Right.
to the original in certain aspects. So that's why I consider some ways it's a remake.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
just a
we
new
all
vision.
agree, like it's
It's
a
a new vision.
phenomenal. If you're going to consider a remake, it's phenomenal.
yeah.
I just for me that certain remakes come out, and yes, Blumhouse tends to remake.
Blumhouse?
They remake
Bloomhouse?
here-
Blumhouse.
Here
Bloom.
here we go.
You guys hear this, right?
Right.
Blumhouse?
That's how we always
So
pronounce it.
they,
We're South Jersey. We don't have those fancy accents like some.
Oh my
but they,
Well, like me?
they, they tend to do the reaches for those. Let's do a remake on it, right? So
Mhm.
this is a French movie or an Italian movie, and
Right.
then they'll be like, "All right, we got to do our own spin and put our American
Yeah.
twist on it," and it's just not the same all the time. We love the movie Martyrs. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie
Mhm.
Martyrs. It is a
Oh,
phenomenal movie.
yeah.
You want to talk about leaves you hanging where you're thinking about it,
Yeah.
and you think about the end. It's body horror. It's over the top gore, right? It's French.
Okay.
It's a French subtitled movie. It's a phenomenal movie, and I was drawn in by us kind of reviewing it and watching it for the first time. And then Blumhouse did their version. It was just like, it's just it didn't
It's
hit
different.
well,
Okay.
right? I have some respects to what they did, but it's just like I should just stay with the original.
The movie as a whole is a gut punch, and the American remake is good, but I feel like it's my favorite all time horror.
Well-
So I'm very territorial about it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I finally buckled and watched the remake. It's like I said, if that was the only version in existence, I would have been like, all right, that was a good movie. But
Right.
but the things that made the original effective, they kind of like whitewashed it. So
Well, it's the
Like,
same. It's the same
little
thing
diluted.
with. It's the same thing with Wreck, right? If you watch the original Wreck, found footage horror, and then you watch Quarantine, like no one wants to watch Quarantine. You wanna. If you've never seen Wreck, Lauren. Oh
I'm
yeah.
intrigued though. All these like,
There,
movies-
Wreck is one of the
The
scariest found
Spanish
footage
movie,
horror
and then-
movies you will ever watch. I mean,
Really?
it's pure nightmare fuel.
yeah, it's a Spanish found footage.
It's
and-
Rec. It's abbreviated for record. So REC.
Oh, okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of? I actually just rewatched it last night. Belko Experiment. I know
That's
it's
on my list. I still
Never
haven't
saw
watched
that.
it,
Never saw that. I didn't see that.
and I've
it good?
heard nothing but I mean, we're all right. We're fair weather horror fans.
Let me turn in my fucking horror
Is that
card
what
right
you
now.
want to hear?
okay. So I'm obviously not gonna spoil, but it is like, do you guys like gore?
Oh,
Love
I
gore.
do like gore.
Yeah.
I've heard all about it, and for some reason, just
Okay.
never did. Probably
Yeah.
because, funny enough, the other night my bedtime watch, as I faded away, was Human Centipede 3.
Yeah.
I saw
Or a
this on
Serbian film.
Twitter. It was like, yeah, normal people fall asleep to the ocean while horror fans fall asleep to screaming and
Yes.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's a Terrifier 2 kind of night.
Yeah. Yeah.
He goes off to the clown cafe. And,
You know, put some,
But-
as you say,
but-
human centipede. That's a
Get,
good
getting back to your question, for me, remakes, I mean, I don't mind remakes. I think most of them are shit. I would like to see original ideas for the most part, right? But it's cool to see a new vision, like Evil Dead. We were talking about Evil Dead, like Fede Alvarez. That was his vision of what Evil Dead was to him. So for me,
Right.
I love Cronenberg's The Fly. The
I-
Fly is one of the better remakes out there. Did you ever see The Fly?
featuring Gina Davis, that we may or may not have bumped into recently.
Please, nudge.
Oh yeah,
nudge.
you got to watch The Fly if you've never seen.
Yeah.
The Fly. It's a great, great movie.
We actually did a whole episode on best remakes. We also touched on some, a few months ago, I think,
a while ago,
7
yeah.
months ago. Yeah, but so what's your overall take for remakes?
Oh my goodness. I mean I kind of agree with you guys. I think that it's a coin, right? There's two different sides. So the one side is okay, like this is like new director. I want to see where they take this film. Like I want to see where they take the storyline, the characters, the development of the characters, how they do like the kills. Like there's so many different aspects to it. And then on the other side, it's like I love this franchise so much that I hope they don't mess it up. I
Yeah,
hope they don't like, like the Road Street. I hope that their film doesn't make me divert. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
For
Exorcist
example, again, like
Believer.
I love the Chucky series. Like the old Chucky, I loved it. Love all of those movies. And then I believe this is again my opinion, right after the Bride of Chucky, it kind of started to dip it a little
dip
bit.
down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then it became Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
I love horror movies. I do. I love scenarios or stories that are somewhat realistic. Obviously, it's horror, so it's not,
Yeah.
realistic. But like right after, they had a kid, and like then the kid was like,
I don't know if you could see them.
I
You got Glenn,
can.
you
I
got
love
Glenn,
that.
Tiffany, and Chucky all up there. Yeah,
But I don't know.
What's-
It's just
See
like
that floodlight there? It's behind that.
I can't. Yeah, I can't see. But I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think that the originals are just?
Yeah. But Chucky, all right. So the series, yeah, did you watch the series?
I saw one episode. I was not a fan. I
So
wasn't a fan.
I was drawn in back. Like I became a Chucky fan again. Like
Really?
from that series, I thought it was
Interesting.
phenomenal, and then they canceled it, which was like, oh man, because they didn't finish the story and it was still
Yeah.
going, and I hate that, right?
I saw the kills.
They
Like,
were great.
yeah, I saw like sometimes I would look up like character XYZ series kills, and I'll just like see the kills.
Yeah.
Like forget the story. I just want to see kills.
But
But-
Brad Dourif as Chucky, he's so witty. Yeah,
yeah.
he's just on point for
He's
that
iconic.
character.
It's
He's so
iconic.
iconic. But
What do you guys think about the Scream series?
Oh,
Joe.
Joe, go ahead.
That's Joe's wheel.
Joe's our resident Scream
I
fan.
think it's one of the most consistent franchises out there.
I agree. I'm
Like,
a hard
even-
critic
even-
when it comes to some of them, though. Like I hate Scream 3,
Mm.
but I understand what they were going for.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't really like Scream 6.
I wasn't
I
a
thought
fan
Melissa
either.
Barrera's performance was phenomenal.
Right.
But
Story wise, I just
yeah.
yeah.
And the whole decision to, Nev not to come back and all that, I
Right.
get it. So I grade those on a different scale that like a normal horror fan might,
Mhm.
because I expect greatness from them.
Right,
so
right, right.
when it's not there, I'm,
I think I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I think nothing beats the original.
oh yeah,
Quote,
yeah.
not
that's my
Scream.
favorite
Yeah.
horror movie of all time.
No, seriously, like the original of just every horror movie is just the best. Like it's, I don't know, I can't explain it. There's like a touch to it that recently feels like it's lacking a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the
Well, I-
original did revive slashers again.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
Like-
Wes saved the day again.
Yeah.
I do think that the Terrifier, I think if you pay attention and watch the movie, The Ninth Circle, and then going into Terrifier
Right.
2 and 3, Terrifier 3 is a phenomenal story there, and how that progresses to that point. So
Yeah.
I always think like 3 is a lot better than the first one, right? So it's just because art is at a different level, right? And
That's
it's
true.
dark. He's really dark in the first one, and
Yes.
it's grainy. It takes you back.
it leaves
Now,
you confused too. Like it's like, is he demonic at
Right,
the time? It's like we
right.
didn't know. Was he demonic? Is he not demonic? Why? Like what's his reason for killing? Like every other slasher, somewhat has a reason.
right.
You get a
And
feel
a
for what you're
motive,
dealing with. Yeah.
right? And yeah, with like art, it's like you don't know. You
It-
really like why is he
That
going
makes him
after
scary,
Sarah?
though.
Why? Like
Right.
what's the whole ideal with her?
And you're gonna probably get that story in 4 when it comes out. You're
Yeah,
probably gonna get
hopefully, yeah.
that piece to
Hopefully.
it that you can kind of connect the dots through all 4.
Yeah.
But for me, that's one I will say, hey,
Okay.
if you had to go back, I feel like the newer ones, 2 and 3, do a lot more than the first one. But it's such, for me, so far the trilogy that's in place right now,
Yeah.
it hits well for me.
Yeah. I mean, I think again, like what we like touched base on, where each generation has a new horror. How would you word it? Like it's a new different type
Yeah.
of horror. You know what I mean? Like when I was growing up, it was all the the remake of Carrie and like stuff like that. For people now who are getting into horror, it's Terrifier and like all that kind of stuff. So it's different. It's very like interesting to sit down and like debate about horror. I love it. I love talking about movies, especially horror. So yeah, it's very interesting just to see how, it's progressed and different opinions about certain movies and stuff.
What's your
What
favorite OG?
Favorite OG?
Yeah.
Evil Dead.
Okay.
Sweet.
I do like the Conjuring films, but the earlier ones.
Yeah.
Um, I wasn't a big fan of Annabelle or what's the other thing that came out?
Oh, the
The
Nun.
Nun. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So that's the best part of the Nun right there.
that was a gift.
I just I like I love horror, but I like it when they have horror movies based off of like a character and they kind of start, you know, trying to make side movies about side characters. It just
It kind of takes
seems
away
like
from the
What's-
from the
yeah,
original.
yeah. Not to
Lauren,
say they
what's
weren't you couldn't sit through them and watch them. It wasn't that. It was just personally for me it wasn't, you know.
what's your favorite subgenre of horror? Like, is it like found footage? Is it slasher? Is it creature? Is it?
Found footage is fun. Love slasher. But I think psychological probably
Okay.
top. Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever
'Cause
see a movie?
you could watch a body get hacked up all day, but it's like if
Yeah.
it messes you up here,
Right.
that is something that is very rare.
You
Very
know,
rare.
you know what? You know, it's a good movie that if you haven't seen, go check out. It's called Incident in a Ghostland. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called Incident in a Ghostland. You want
Incident in a
psychological horror?
Ooh,
You'll enjoy it.
I'm gonna have to.
It's definitely got a twist in it.
Yeah,
Ooh, I love twists. in
And it's the
movies.
same person that did Martyrs, right, JC?
it is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so when you see the twist and how Martyrs goes,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
kind of connects to, like
Okay.
the way the director thinks
Nice.
in Incident at Ghostland,
Mhm.
but it is a phenomenal movie to watch as well.
You guys are
because-
giving me a
yeah.
very big like watch list here. Like I have to like start taking notes.
Are
This
you-
isn't
Are you into 80s horror?
depends.
Okay.
Depends.
Okay.
I can't watch anything that's like super I don't know, that's something about me. I can't watch a slow film. I like watching movie. Obviously nothing like super fast paced to the point where it's like you're okay, like we're killing people now, okay.
It's got to keep you interested.
Yeah, it has to keep me interested. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like super slow movies, I'm just kind of like, okay, like
Slow burns are not for you.
it's like can we get to the good part, like let's get to the yeah.
There's some good ones. There's some good ones in the 80s for sure.
Really?
Reanimator. You ever see Reanimator?
Reanimate. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
With Barbara?
Barbara Crampton,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Barbara
love her.
Crampton. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'll give a
actually-
shameless plug to my Horrors Hidden Gem show,
Oh, wow.
uncovering the 80s.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do like a bi-weekly show where I just like for 10 minutes I think of a horror movie that no one has seen and I introduce it to people. So
Wow.
hopefully I give them something to watch.
That is cool. Yeah,
To
I don't know.
discover.
I feel like there's so many different horror movies that like I want to see, and it's just like I want recommendations. Like give me some good
Yeah.
stuff. Like yeah, freak me out.
So what about your career as an actress? So how did that kind of get kicked off and
Yeah.
started?
So again, like I mentioned before, I've always been into theater and dance. I was in gymnastics as a kid, with art, and it's kind of like cosplay kind of pushed me, in the sense that like, portraying these different characters, like I really, really, really found passion and joy with not, making the costume, but then actually playing the character. And with horror, I just kind of started incorporating it, and I started auditioning and just doing more things, getting more involved with it, networking. And the more roles that I'm getting, the more I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because of course, we're gonna always hit up IMDb
Yeah.
to get a little bit of research in and all, and just looking at the list of what you have coming out
Mhm.
in the next year or two. Like
Yes.
it's in like right at you're hitting the ground running. You get like a handful of gigs, and now you
Yeah.
got like 12 projects lined up.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I always wanted to do acting, and now that I'm actually doing it, and like I'm so like grateful for it, seriously, that I'm getting roles really at my door. I have so many films coming up this summer, April, May, along with different convention appearances I'm doing as well. Like it's surreal knowing that like I found what I want to do and I'm like actually doing it. Like it hasn't hit me yet. I want it to hit me, but it's getting there.
Just don't get an ego about it.
And your films are shorts, also feature like not
Yeah.
longer films as well.
Mhm. Yeah, so I've done, I mean, the work that I've done is for voice acting and then also feature films, short films. For the voice acting for the mechanic, that was actually my like voiceover debut. And that's a series on YouTube. And yeah, I just started to branch out. And I think that the more I am introduced to horror wise, like, it's getting me even more and more excited. Like I wanna like my dream is to either be killed or kill. I think I could play either or. And there are a few things coming up. I can't really disclose yet, but
Okay.
there's big things coming up. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna drag some of it out of you. So, in our 6-hour conversation before we started,
Yeah.
so you were talking about Black Ave,
Yeah.
the Black Ave guys. Like, so how did you stumble upon them?
Yeah, so I mean, it's all through like friend connections. I've kind of known them for a few years now, just from conventions, and then I really got intertwined with them, and they were like, yeah, so we're doing a film, and Ron was like, I really think you would be a good fit for this role. Like he's gone to conventions, he's seen me act as different characters, right? And he was like, look, I really think you could pull this off. Like, we want to get you on the project, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So read the script, and one thing led to another, and we shot in from my scene from mine, it was like a little office space, and that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of goofing around. It was super fun. But then right after that, it was in a comic store. Because the office was in a comic book store, like a gaming store. So
Okay.
right after I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go look at the games. I'm looking at the figures. Oh yeah. So it was like a little treat after. But yeah, no, we had a table at iHeart HorrorCon, and like the amount of love was just it was absolutely incredible. And seeing them rise up and seeing them get more recognition, it really they deserve it because they do put a lot of hard work into their films. So I'm excited for Swine and Dine to come out. I'm excited for everybody to see it. Who loves indie and who loves, films like that. I'm just very excited and I'm very honored to even be able to work with them. Seriously.
Do they have a release for that, or is that they still working it
So
out?
it's in post-production.
Okay.
It's very close to the end though, so
Okay.
we'll be out soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're huge fans. We've had Mark on the show, Mark Haynes, and obviously you're here today, and we're having a blast with you. So we're fans of indie horror. Looking for the little guys out there. What's out there next? What's yet to come? So we're always excited, and
Yeah.
just to hear you and Mark talk about Swine and Dine, like we're really excited to see it. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. I saw some BTS. It is
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, we saw
I
some
just-
pictures out
You
there.
did?
They were
Okay.
they were
Yeah.
pretty awesome. So we're stoked.
Yeah.
I just
I
watched the
feel-
trailer again for Swine and Don, and anytime you're cutting big toes and putting them in a frying pan, right? That's good
Yeah.
shit right there.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Sausage.
It's not nope. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be the new stream for us.
And
that-
and Mark with a pig snout, man. That is
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
that's great.
when I was talking to Mark, it's funny because we did a panel and we were discussing it, and he goes, "Yeah," he goes, "I had 6 pig nipples attached to my body,"
Yeah.
and I wasn't there on set for that, so I was like, can I like, am I allowed to like see like not to be weird?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So I see the picture, and he was like, "Yeah, like I was really proud to have like 6 pig nipples on my body," and I'm like, that sounds like a hoot. Like that's amazing. That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came in, he started talking about it. It was just like, oh yeah, it sounds like a fun, dumb idea. Like,
Yeah.
and for some reason, but I think that might have been the point when he's like, I wear a snout and nipples, and we're like, this needs to come out right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were game to watch. We were like, let's go. Can we start can we start reviewing it now
Yeah.
and getting into it? So
So just saying, if the two of you, if there's any chance of putting in a word to get us a screener, because we can't see that soon enough.
It's oh my god.
so it's
We're not that popular yet, Dave.
yeah.
Shh.
Is there besides Swine and Dine coming out soon? Is there any other you're allowed to talk about that you're going to be involved in?
Yes. So my next film shoot is actually, well, before I mention that, I actually just finished, we just wrapped a film by Strange Films. Frank Aguilar and August Aguilar, they directed it. And it was shot in Philly, my scene specifically. It's a true event story based off of David Cho, with voodoo and stuff like that. And so my scene was really, really fun. It was a bar scene. So we actually just wrapped that. They just wrapped filming.
And this was in Philly?
This was, yeah, my scene was in Philly. And
You recently posted a clip from that,
I
didn't you?
did
Okay.
TV.
As soon as you mentioned it, I'm like, something about her in a bar scene.
Yeah.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was the first time actually playing like a, like a bitchy character. Because normally what I've done so far, aside from, Yandere-chan, which is sadistic and crazy, it was always the sweet, cute assistant, cute, but like playing like a bitchy character, that was fun. Great. I definitely got in character for that.
Nice.
But that was great. So that's coming out. It was an honor working with them guys. They're gonna actually be at a table for New Jersey Horror Con, promoting all of them, promoting their stuff.
And this is the next coming out in May.
In May.
It's
Yes.
Showboat
Mhm,
in
yes.
Atlantic City.
But no, what's coming up for me so far? So I got offered a role for Diana Planton. I'm gonna probably say her name wrong, but it's a horror movie and it's based off of her two daughters. You've probably seen them maybe because I know you were at New Jersey Horror Con. They look very much like The Shining, like the two
Oh,
little
yes,
girls.
yes.
Mhm.
The answer
So,
is yes.
yes. So it's called Then Came a Rainbow, and I'm very excited to be a part of this. It's going to be really, really insane, really intense. And the role that she has for me, I'm a babysitter. So you guys could probably assume.
We know how that plays out.
Yeah. But no, that's going to be filming sometime in April. We're supposed to hear about the dates very soon, but I'm very, very excited to be a part of that because the script is phenomenal. So yeah,
Is that filming in state or is it out of state?
so yeah, so it's gonna be shot in Jersey. I'm probably gonna have to stay. I think she said it was like a week of filming.
Okay.
Which I'm totally fine for. Like I'm chill. Um, and yeah, that's gonna be shot in Jersey. It's gonna be a lot to film, but I'm very, very excited to be a part of it. Yeah.
Now, when you get a script,
Mhm.
how do you get in the zone of start? Like, what?
You
What?
read,
Yeah.
yeah.
So how do you get, engulf yourself into that character? Like, what's your
Yeah.
process that you take for that?
Okay, yeah. So it depends on the story. It depends on the personality of the character. Because, I've read scripts of characters that you could just tell they're very sweet, and then there's characters where you're like, I could twist this a little bit and kind of put my own take on it. Um, but no, reading scripts, I always firstly, right, highlight, of course, because me, I will
Mhm.
read the whole script and be like, huh? I have to go back again and reread
Right.
it. So that's that. But no, getting getting into the mind of the character, um, I guess it's just the story and the actions. Like whatever actions that character takes kind of helps me kind of decide, okay, this character is confident. Okay, this character is a little more shy or timid. This character's crazy. There's different things like that. And then also their lines, like what they say, how they talk to other people. And then of course on set, getting into the character, I do one read of the script, obviously after practicing it for, maybe months or even weeks. And I just kind of get in the mode and I'm good. Like I'm ready to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know you got to be excited because you get your first one, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is real, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, I got it. Now it's
Yeah.
like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Go from there. But that's really cool. And I always like
Yeah.
hearing those types of stories. Go back to the roots of development and how do you make your, get ready for your character.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's a lot of opportunities for you from now into the future that we're excited to see and
Oh.
look forward to your career.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Uh,
Thank you.
Have you ever been handed a script where like just instantly like you're already envisioning your
Yes.
portrayal of said
1000%.
character?
Oh, 1000%. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's other ones where I've like kind of been stumped and I'm like, how can I like really,
That's
you
where
know.
you're really lean into the director. Like, what do you want?
Right.
Yeah.
And I love like I've worked with directors to where they're like, look, like it's up to you. Like, they've even like, for example, when I worked on Cho, I had lines with my co-star and at the very end I was like, you know what? We did a ton of takes. And I was like, you know what? Let's improv a little bit. Let's have fun. And so at the very, very end, we improved, and August, he goes, "That was amazing." He goes, "That was the best thing," and it was like a joke in the scene. And I remember he came up to me and he was like, "I really liked it. You like added that in there. I didn't even think about that." And I'm like, "Yeah, no worries." Like,
Wow.
I love improving. I think it's first of all, it makes it more natural. You know what I mean? Like when you can improv
Mhm.
your character. But but of course, if the director wants a specific type of personality or the way you deliver the character,
Mhm.
of course, like I would absolutely,
Yeah, unfortunately,
know.
they're the boss. So
No, it's not unfortunate. I don't know. I like to have fun with characters, but
it's
on the same
stifling
time,
my creativity.
Did you go to any like improv classes or do any type of acting classes?
no. So I mean, most of the things I have watched have been online. But I think the more roles I'm doing and the more experience I'm getting, even being on like certain sets, I'm picking up on that. So that's kind of how I'm like adapting and learning.
Trial by fire.
Mm,
We,
okay.
Yeah.
we saw you at the New Jersey Horror Con convention. You had your own table.
I did. Yes, that was absolutely
How awesome
incredible.
was that?
I that like oh my gosh, it was such an experience.
Was it real at all?
I feel kind of like I like forget most of it, but like I think it was because I was so overwhelmed with emotion. Just from like seeing everybody and everything, but then it was also like the love and support just from the fans. Even from new fans to, people who follow me on Instagram for like years that are like, I've been wanting to meet you and I drove 2-3 hours to meet you. Like that was absolutely incredible.
It's got to stop
And
your heart a little bit,
oh,
right?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
1000%. Yeah. It was insane. And I'm actually going to be, I haven't been announced yet, but I'm going to be a guest for New Jersey Horror Con in May.
Okay.
As well as
Nice.
Chiller, which I'm very excited for.
That's
It's my
in
first
April,
time.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been up there, and that was
Yeah,
actually my first con ever.
Was it really?
Was Chiller
I love
Theater,
hearing that.
and the first two people I ever met, first celeb I ever met at a horror con
Okay.
was Mark Slaughter,
Mm.
and then Kane Hodder.
Okay.
So-
Nice. I met
But-
Kane a few times. It's very, really sweet.
oh yeah,
He's sweet.
he's nice and crazy, equal parts.
Yeah.
But
They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't been, since I learned about New Jersey Con and
Mhm.
Monster Mania, and one or two others in the neck of the woods and all. It's like it's been so long since I've been up
Yeah.
to.
And that's up my way too, Chilla Theater.
I got
Yeah.
you guys should make
That's
it.
up. Yeah, I've been to Chilla Theater in the past. My first was Fangoria Weekend of Horrors. That was my first convention way back, and I think the first person I met was Linda Blair.
Mm. Wow.
Oh,
That
so it's
was,
all been downhill from there.
So, yeah,
We've been trying to find that spark ever since.
yeah.
So
yeah.
Eileen will have to.
Eileen Dietz. Yeah, I'm looking forward to rapping with Eileen Dietz, The Exorcist.
We're
Hell
definitely
yeah.
going. We're definitely going to
Yeah, we'll be
Jersey
out there.
in
I
May.
want to record from a convention. I actually want to set up a table and do some interviews with the fans and just kind of. I want to get a little creative when we're out there.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out the logistics of that. Like a banner or.
Wind my ass up and let me loose.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
JC is Mr. Promoter.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
It's all
At the
about-
gym, at the grocery store, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh yeah, I'm at the gym. If you look at me sideways and say, "Yeah, horror's pretty good," I'm there. Let's go. Let's talk.
He won't be offended if you interrupt his TikTok as long as you take a card and
Hey,
subscribe.
I'm still trying to get Mark to go to the gym with me, man. I want to work out with Mark. I want to be embarrassed. I want to get out with Mark.
Yeah. He's about an inch or two taller than me.
So
Yeah.
wait, my being a woman walking through the streets of Philly is over the line, but
He'll probably make me do the peck
you want
bounce
Mark
again.
Haynes to humiliate you. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of on par.
You really enjoyed that. Like you
I
really
love the reaction of it.
A cosplayer in the making over here.
I'm gonna cosplay. I'm gonna cosplay the next convention, man. I'm gonna dress up again.
do it.
And
I'ma
I
do
won't
it.
get into specifics to out anyone, but I remember afterwards the person I deem my work husband.
Work-
He
Work
is
husband.
very, very religious.
Okay.
So when I showed him the pictures afterwards of the event, he's like, "Oh, how did your thing go?" And I showed him the picture, and he goes, "Who's that?" I'm like, "That's me." He's like, "That isn't."
No.
He's like, "That's not you." And he flipped out and he said that I had the gay. When I convinced him that it was me,
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
he's like, "You have the." I'm like, I mean, I just thought it was a sniffle. I didn't realize I had like a whole sexual preference.
So Lauren,
that
you had your parents
I
with you
love
at,
that.
at the New Jersey
Okay,
Horror
what
Con,
was that? I
correct?
couldn't hear you.
you had your parents with you at the New Jersey Horror Con, right?
1000%.
Yeah, how cool was that? Like from their lens, how cool is it to see you kind of interact with, horror fans and doing what you're doing and being so successful in this arena?
I mean, my parents are extremely supportive. They
That's awesome.
they have been with me every step of the way, and I think that they also love it too because it's like, wow, you know what I mean? Like I'm bringing them along with the ride, like, yeah, come on.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, they love it. I definitely love having them at the cons just because you never know what type of crazy's gonna show up. So you do
Absolutely.
need,
Yeah.
We all know
little
damn well
energy.
what kind of crazy show up.
Yeah,
these things.
yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's incredible, and they love it, and they're beyond proud and like happy to be able to join the ride.
That's
impressive.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm going to
they
show
do.
up at your table dressed as this clown, by the way. So get ready for that.
Oh my God.
Oh, can I wear Reagan? Can I wear Reagan? I'll puke and everything.
Listen,
Ew.
that's a cosplay. We should do Reagan and Father Karras. I just sprinkle holy water at everybody.
Yeah.
That
Let's go.
actually- Yeah.
You might have to clear that with Father Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He'll get pissed at
Gotta
me.
get his
That's right.
blessing first.
That's you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll show up behind me and start like talking and freak me out.
So you have a huge following on social media. It was crazy. We were in the lobby of the Monster Mania over in Cherry Hill, and we're talking to you, and then here comes Chris Jericho,
Yes.
and it's just like, wow, we're gonna back off a minute. It's just like you're like popularity, you got headliners coming up and having conversations, which is very cool. But you got your Lar Stars, right? Is that what?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And
We're hip. We know all the lingo.
we're getting there.
Yeah,
We
no,
know
no,
about the interwebs and how they work.
the interwebs.
So how is that presence? How does that make you connect with your fans and just the growth of over time? Instagram, Facebook and such.
Yeah, Facebook.
All right. I'm sorry. I'll stick with
that's his
Instagram.
gimmick.
No,
Hey, Danny, how's your CompuServe email address? Says the guy who still uses AOL.
AOL. He's got an AOL email still, right? Yeah. So
I mean, yeah, social media. I've been on social media since what, 15, and I have seen the pros and the cons of social media. I initially started on Instagram, just kind of connecting with fans, and I was bullied, so my whole platform was connecting with people who have also gone through that, and I would always promote positivity, and like almost all of my posts would just be, a confidence boost to other people, and the love and support I got from that kind of helped me grow a little bit with like a following. And then I started receiving, I remember I actually know I've met her once, my first ever fan account. So this is a hot topic because the amount of people that will DM me who I'm like friends with in the business, they'll be like, yeah, is this like your other account? I'm like, no, it's not. Is this your other account? No, that's not. But okay, what about this one? They post video edits of you. No, not me. So a lot of people think that like the fan pages are me, and they're not. It's just
It says in the title, fan
account.
page.
Yeah, but it's just like, some people genuinely don't know what they are. Like they just see, for example, like Alina Bay, Alina edits supporting Lar, and they just think,
Mhm.
but yeah, no, I mean, the fan pages have grown, and just the love and support in the community has grown as well. And again, like when I'm like all these guest appearances that I'm making, like they'll like come up to me like, yeah, I've been following you since like 2017, or like I love your work, I've been
That's
following
awesome.
you, and it's like, oh my gosh, like it's incredible.
I just thought I was talking into my phone, and I didn't think people. I mean, even with this, just seeing like our downloads on a monthly basis,
Yeah.
it's like there's people like we have like 4 listeners in Africa. It's like I would have never thought some asshole in Jersey would have had a fan in Africa. Like,
I mean, that's the crazy thing. Like I initially started off just making an Instagram account. Like it wasn't to be an influencer, it wasn't to do any of that, and then it just kind of started, and then I branched off to YouTube for a little bit, which I have to get back into, but it was YouTube, and then from there it was like, okay, I'll create my own merch, and then from there it was like, okay, cosplay, and so now it's acting, and everything's kind of just led, one
just a
thing to
natural
another.
escalation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some pretty powerful YouTube videos.
Oh, thank you.
It's just you're giving your story.
hmm Yeah,
right?
but-
And you're telling
yeah.
you're giving a positive message,
Absolutely.
which to me I admire.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Right? It's
love
all
that.
positivity. You know,
Yeah.
we're not ones about negativity.
Yeah.
Negativity doesn't help this
Don't
country. It
believe one
doesn't make
enough,
the
right?
world any better.
Yeah.
So that hits hard, and I have a daughter your age as
Yeah.
well. So I admire that.
Thank
You know,
you.
that
I
those are good
appreciate that.
stories to tell.
You know,
Yeah.
You know what I admired, Lauren, when I was going to introduce myself, I was going to your table. I watched a little girl, and I watched. I don't know if you remember that. She was like just
Remind me.
like so in awe of just like meeting you and hanging. And I watched you interact with her, and I
Mhm.
appreciate that. You know, the respect that you show for the fans. That's what it's all about. So thank you for doing that.
Oh my gosh, no. I mean, it's if I didn't have the fans, I wouldn't be where I am. Like it's all up to them, either through Instagram or even like through cosplay, like whatever the case may be. Like support is it's so special to me because you don't, it's not something truly genuine from, certain people. I think we can all kind of agree on that.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people wish you ill will, and when you do actually meet people or have people in your circle in your life that do want to see you do good and, do want the best for you and want you to like thrive, like it makes you feel loved, and I think I've said this God knows how many times throughout the years to my fans and everybody who's following me, like I love them more than they know because, like they've been there. They've been there like for
Yeah.
a really long time.
Yeah.
Like the one, her name's Maddie. It's 2016. Like
That's
it's
awesome.
incredible.
Wow, that's great.
Still active too. I don't know why, but no, like it's incredible.
great.
And just I'll get DMs where people are like, yeah, like I listened to your story, like you were saying, and they're like, you inspired me, or you've stopped me from, you know, I'm not even gonna say the word, or like
Right.
you've helped me from like bully, and it's just like I'm just making a YouTube video. Like I wasn't.
It's almost like your own personal therapy session,
Yeah.
and then you
Oh,
realize
100%.
people are paying attention.
Yeah, I mean, I think that well, here's the thing. I think putting yourself on the internet, as we're all doing, right? It's hard because you can get hate, you can get stalkers, but then you'd also get love. So anybody who willingly has that confidence to put themselves out there, that right there is enough to respect somebody. Like you guys, I respect all of you seriously because podcasts are hard. I see it. Like it's difficult,
I
but
appreciate that.
yeah.
Appreciate
I
that.
mean, the internet is love and hate. That's really what it
Yeah,
is. But you
yeah.
can focus on the hate. You never can focus
Yeah,
on
see,
the hate.
again,
Life's too short to deal with the hate. It's life's way too
Absolutely.
short to deal with the hate. It's all about positivity. It's all about making a difference, right?
Yeah, 100%,
You know,
yeah.
even Dave, you say with the Africa, right? With the 4 listeners or whatever, we're like entertainers too, right? Like we're providing someone an hour of enjoyment listening
Exactly.
to us horror nerds talk about horror, right?
unless it's
that's pretty
bracket
cool.
season, then it's 4.5 hours. But
When you
and then
break it down that way, it's
Cut that
pretty
out.
cool.
oh no, that stays.
So guys, I may have to exit stage left.
Okay.
I have yeah.
I saw the text message. JC.
Yeah, it's just things going on, and I as much as I want to stay here and talk to this.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
the
get-
almost birthday boy! Oh. That's my long legs voice, by the way, Lauren, which is horrible, but these guys love it. So, listen,
We're gonna
I'm
get
gonna
to
let you.
rapid fire soon
Yeah.
anyway, JC. So
Rapid
Yeah,
fire.
yeah.
we didn't. Ask
Oh,
you
we
about
didn't give
that.
you the heads up on that. Usually we prep everyone. No,
It's kind
questions,
of
not
like
like
generic
firearms.
questions just about
Are you
various
okay with
topics.
the
Let's do
rapid
trivia.
fire?
Let's do it.
Things
Yeah.
randomly move. We hear
Yeah.
voices and stuff like that.
We don't want to
I-
talk about what happened before I moved in.
We don't need to talk about Jody.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm intrigued.
Huh?
Now I'm intrigued. Do I want to know or do I not want to know?
It was an empty plot, and the builder may or may not have only moved the headstones.
Oh my God. Put
No.
put the TV on. Put the
Yeah,
TV
that's
on
great. I
and,
need to
and look
go
at the
sorry.
You
fuzz.
thought you were the only one that could improv, huh?
This was farmland,
Okay.
a development.
Do I want to know? I don't know.
I honestly don't know either.
Wait, guys! Before you get into the story, Lauren, it was an absolute pleasure.
It was a
Thank you
pleasure.
for coming on the show. Appreciate everything that you do. So thank you, and we'll see you. I will see you soon.
Well,
Absolutely.
he'll be there in May at minimum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll see him at Chiller.
Please.
Maybe.
I have to do Harley Quinn prints.
No, I can't do chill. I'm going to be in Barbados on
Oh, that's right.
vacation. So
This guy's going to Maui,
Barbados
and
chiller.
later he's
I
going
don't
to
know.
Barbados.
Okay.
So,
Love you.
JC,
Love you guys.
love you, man. Yeah, but no, there's no issue. Yes, we
Yeah,
are
no, we're
Ah,
Big screen.
big screen.
Okay.
No, nothing happened here. I think I moved in 2010. My wife and I built our first house, so
Yes.
this is where we are, and
Yeah.
nothing crazy happened here.
Okay.
until the show started.
Until the
Until the show
yeah,
started?
yeah. But
Where's the oh,
No.
the chains are gone, right?
oh yeah, we had these chains on this Crystal Lake reef
Okay.
that would like swing every once in a while. We were down here,
And it was right behind me, and they're all staring past me, and I'm like, "What's going on?" They're like, "That chain's moving behind you."
And there's no like fans or anything. I mean, I'm
No.
frozen, so
This is
oh, I told you.
the situation.
Yeah.
And then one time, Siri just started randomly
Yeah.
talking in the middle of an episode.
Yeah. So we don't know. We might be digging up something that we
Yeah,
don't know
I mean,
about.
that
It's
is-
creepy.
Yeah.
Just don't look in the other room and ignore any of the screams you hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing happened before the house was built, but
You've never seen behind the blankets, so
No.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
you don't want to.
Oh.
It's weird.
Oh, like Human Centipede word?
We don't
Not up your alley.
we don't talk about
We don't
what's
talk about-
behind there. No.
We don't talk
We
about
definitely
Bruno.
don't.
Talk
We
about
don't talk about Bruno.
All right.
That's a good movie though.
Yeah.
but we need to talk about Kevin.
Kevin.
Oh.
Who's Kevin?
Two-Eye
And
Kevin.
didn't you ever see that one? We need to talk about Kevin.
Oh, we need to talk about Kevin. Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily a horror movie, but it's disturbing as hell.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Benny Loves You? Benny
Oh, is
Loves
that the
You?
little character with like a
The
like
kills
a
are pretty good.
yeah,
The kills are good.
Oh, with the puppet?
the puppet, yeah.
thing? No, I know of it, but I haven't seen it.
Okay.
This is family here, okay?
Yes.
Appreciate you guys. All
This is
right.
family. All right.
Back in
Yeah,
the
screw Olive
Right.
Garden. We're fam.
Olive Garden
Me too.
and Applebee's.
Yes.
So
All right. I have to go now.
Okay, but I like Carrabba's. I like Longhorn, Texas Roadhouse. Oh, Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse.
I
That's a
heard
big
you'll
place.
never set foot in a Chick-fil-A though. Like you despise them.
Are you a big fan of Chick-fil-A? Is that your go-to? I just see that on a YouTube video.
Okay, so here's the story with Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. To the point where I have merch that's their shorts and it says thick fillet on them. Now, here's the funny thing. Here's the funniest, I think the best thing about the story though. I made that saying up, and it's all again the fan accounts. They've been posting things for years. Where there was a video, I think it was a live stream, and I said, "Yeah, I love thick fillet. It gets you thick." And years later, I'm at Atlantic City, and I see the shorts with the
Oh,
saying thick fillet.
wow.
So I got them, like any normal person would, right? And I also have a Chick-fil-A hoodie. It says Chick-fil-A, so it's like my casual outfit, the hoodie and the shorts. But yeah, no, that I remember I was like, Mom, that's a thick fillet. Like that's my thing.
And I never got a phone call
I
about
never,
it.
yeah, right. But no, yeah,
Could have
no.
trademarked it. Yeah.
But it was and they did it in like the font of Chick-fil-A too, like how I
Oh,
did
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Missed opportunity. But,
Yeah.
but I got the shorts. That's all that matters to me.
Is that your go-to Chick-fil-A? Or
Chick-fil-A, yeah, I love Chick-fil-A, man. I mean, I promoted them so much in like during like COVID. I was posting every day, right? And I started getting an income off social media, so I was like, I'm gonna keep posting. I'm gonna grind on this. And it got to the point where there's a picture on my Instagram of me with the I'm holding like the nuggets like this in a car.
I think I saw that one.
And they actually commented we appreciate you so much. Or they said something,
Yeah.
and I remember I posted on Twitter. I was like, oh my
Oh
god,
my
I got fangirly.
They got so wrapped up in back orders, they started opening on Sundays.
Yeah, right. No, but their new sandwich is really good. Whenever everybody's watching this and tuning in, like you guys have to try their new sandwich. As the filet queen herself, I tell you guys, it is a smoked bacon chicken sandwich. Smoked house bacon chicken sandwich.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, I spaced out after bacon.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
really good. It's like barbecue. Oh my god, it's so good. Just please, if you're in the mood for like bacon and like barbecue, like
It's a must.
it is a must.
Okay.
It is a must. But yeah, those Texas Roadhouse rolls, like they'll be gone.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
before
With the
food
cinnamon
even comes
butter.
out.
Who gets
Oh,
an
yeah.
entree at Texas Roadhouse?
Just keep on bringing the rolls. Just
Yeah.
bring them. Yeah.
I get like one.
You throw some peanuts in there. and-
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually stopped that.
Yeah.
You know that?
Again?
They stopped it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently somebody had like a really severe allergic reaction.
They got
I mean, it's
signs
got a
all
warning.
over the place.
It's got a warning. Well, it used to
You
be.
pass- You pass 12 signs before you even walk in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be Lone Star Steakhouse. It used to
Okay.
be back in the day, and there used to be one in Turnersville, like Route 42, right across the street from where the Carrabba's and Outback is.
Oh, I love Carrabba's.
Okay, so right across the street there used to be a Lone Star, and that was the start of it. I think there was one in Delaware, there was
Really?
one in Jersey, and they were all around. I think it was a chain, and they had the peanuts everywhere. The peanuts were on the floor, peanuts were
Yeah.
all over the place. And then I remember Texas Roadhouse adopting it when they ended up coming to Sicklerville area,
Right, right,
you
right.
know, and all around. So, but yeah, I mean, they had all the signs there as a warning. If you have a peanut allergy, you probably don't want to enter here.
Right. I don't know. Plus, I kind of like that they stopped with the peanuts, or at least like bring them over, but keep them like clean. You know. I don't know. Just like walking into a restaurant. No shade on them, please. By all means, I know it's their signature thing, but like walking in and just seeing
Peanut
Shells
shells
everywhere.
And you're
Yeah.
crunching and you're walking on it.
That must be props to the people.
Sanitary, yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
I'm
easy.
sure the cleanup crew gets paid way
Way-
better than the
Yeah.
cooks.
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta get off the topic of food. My gosh, I'm getting hungry. Okay. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
is there anything else that you want to discuss or promote?
I guess the only promotion I could say is that I will be at Chiller April 25th and 26th. And I will be signing and taking photos and talking to everybody. That's kind of like the big, like that's the big next thing.
Okay.
And then of course filming, but
Yeah.
that'll be on my socials. You guys can tune in on.
And Swine and Dine may or may not be around the corner.
Yes. Very excited about that.
And you're going to be at the Showboat, and are you going to be
Yes.
signing? And
Yes. Mhm.
okay,
I haven't been announced yet. But yes, I will be a guest there.
okay.
Yeah.
And I
Very
just
excited.
realized I actually did space out after the bacon thing. So for Chiller, are you just going there, or do you have a
I
table
have a
there?
table.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Which I'm very honored and very excited.
Bacon.
Bacon. See? I shouldn't have brought that up now. So I forget that.
You ruined me.
Yeah, no, how about this? I'll have bacon at my table. How about that?
I mean, we'd just come and say hi just because you've been nice.
Right.
But I mean, if you want to bribe us, we're not going to say no.
We're just going to bring Chick-fil-A for you if we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll know what to bring.
You know what to bring.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was just a prop from some movie set or something.
But
I think Maxine's got a toy laying around that looks like fake bacon. So, yeah.
you guys are getting me hungry. Stop it.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
all right,
okay,
all right.
okay, all
The
right.
human centipede.
Oh,
So we got Chiller Theater in April 25th and 26th, and then we'll see you in the show at the Showboat, New Jersey HorrorCon at the Showboat. I think it's May 18th and 19th.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're excited for that too.
So I'm so excited. It's
Might be an opportunity.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I think there'll be some karaoke going on
Yeah.
with Felissa and Kane Hodder. Yeah.
Oh, is that that show? or-
Well, it might be. I'm just saying, Felissa always does some fun shenanigans when she's in Atlantic City. So
yeah, like yelling across the room for a dick.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a fun time. We went to go see her in December
Oh, yeah.
at New Jersey HorrorCon.
The market
side
sideshow
show.
thing.
Yeah. And we bought her cosplay costume from Sleepaway Camp, so we get a photo
op.
with.
right.
So Dave, we were talking and thinking it was going to be her in her dick costume, where
Right.
she's
Right.
been doing the cosplay pictures.
Right.
She's like, "Oh no, I'm just doing a camp counselor." The Angela
The
photo
usual
op,
outfit, yeah.
right? So then we were like, oh, we thought it was the one with the dick. And then she's like, well, let me find a dick, you know? And then she starts yelling out
Yeah,
at
yelling
the, at the
across the whole
table.
convention.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
I need a dick.
Oh
Can
my-
somebody find me a dick? I need a dick in like 4 hours. We're like,
Yeah.
context.
Yeah. And it
Yeah,
was just, it was for the photo op, but
Because yeah, it was like
Yeah.
right from the beginning when we heard she was doing the in costume photo op. I forgot they specifically say end scene photo op. Otherwise, it's just a counselor,
Yeah.
you know, with the shirt and shorts and all.
Yeah.
So this was at what, like 1, 2 o'clock,
yeah.
and it was we went to her table first thing when they opened, so it was
Right.
like 10 o'clock. So you know, we're posing for the picture, and I knowing that she's a New York girl and has no filter and all, when we went to take the picture together, I was just like, yeah, we're all coming back for the photo op and everything. I'm like, you know, because I'm all about consent.
Right.
I said,
Right.
when we come in for the photo op, can I touch it? And she's like, touch what? And I'm like, you know, your costume. And she was just like, oh no, I'm not doing that one. I'm just doing the counselor thing. And I was just like, all right, well, I mean, we're still coming for the photo op. I said, in that case, I'm not touching anything. Like,
Yeah.
and that's when she started yelling. She's like, no, she's like, I got to do it now. She's like, I need a dick. I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's really funny.
everybody in the room's like, what the hell? Just
Yeah, like
happened?
right.
What's going on here?
She's lost her mind.
Yeah, right.
She's such a sweetheart, though. She's a phenomenal person to meet, and she's so upbeat, and she personalizes that experience with you.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, we love going to conventions, and we've been to so many as a group. Just huge fans of horror, but being involved, it just makes you appreciate what they bring to the business, and to have that experience makes you want to go to more, right? And meet other people. And some people
Right.
you have good experiences, some people you don't, not so much.
And it
But-
can also be because like they're exhausted. Like I've met people where you could clearly tell they have been sitting there for a full weekend. They're exhausted. They're
drained.
tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hungry. Like, yeah.
Even when you're on set for like 12 to 16 hours a day, you get breaks from character. When you're at a con, you're 10
yeah.
to 12 hours of your full time.
Right. I mean, when I was at like the table for when I was at my table for New Jersey Horror Con, like on Saturday, I had like lines, like it was incredible. And I was like, yeah, this is a lot of fun. And my mom goes, honey, do you want food? It's like 3 o'clock. You didn't eat yet. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Let the record show we got off the food topic. She brought it up.
I'm sorry.
yes. Yeah.
But I'm what's this trivia thing?
Oh, you
Um,
want
It's not
rapid
trivia.
fire?
It's not
You want
trivia.
to get some into some rapid fire?
Yeah, let's
it.
let's blow that
All
out.
right.
Oh, that's
This
a
is-
sound.
This is
ASMR
ASMR. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
a lot better than that chewing shit.
and the bags, the crunchy bags.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah. I have a major. I don't know what the term is, but I just have a major issue with like mouth noise, so loud chewing and stuff like that.
Okay.
So to hear,
Is it like a sensory thing?
I don't know.
Like a-
Even as a child, like my sister wore braces, and I was what, like 8, so she would have been like 6.
Yeah.
And those first couple
Those
weeks with
noises,
braces, she was always chewing with her mouth open. I just remember even then, right, to lunge across the table at her just because that noise made and like
It's maybe a sensory trigger. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
like loud
yeah.
mouth breathing and all that. and
Mhm. You know,
always got to me.
do you want to know something? For
And to
me?
know that there's a scene of people that relax to that, it blows my mind.
2 things. 1, a noise that freaks me out, keyboard clicking. I don't know why it irritates me. 2,
Okay.
number 2, I know it's super random. 2, how did you get through the shrimp scene with the substance? We know.
I did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With Dennis Quaid. Yeah.
And actually,
How'd you
what
get through
what
it?
were we talking? Oh, when we were doing our year-end awards ceremony, and we were going for what was it, best villain?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And I was tied. Wow, who was the other one now? But
I don't
it was
remember.
between him and I can't remember what the other character was. But I ended up going with the other character just because that shrimp scene. Fuck him. Like I was.
It was
so,
obnoxious that he's like shoving in his mouth. And
Yeah,
it's like
no.
the camera's like up front, close with
that
him.
scene. Yeah, I don't really get grossed out with like food and stuff like that. I was like, okay, like.
and the fact that they like came
They
in
really
close
came- yeah.
and
Mhm.
and it was what
Yeah.
it felt like 20
20
minutes
minutes.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
See?
just thought that was going to be the establishing shot, milk it for about a minute or 2.
20 minutes.
No,
No,
they
they-
lingered on that.
So Dave, I just figured out our scene with Lauren, right?
Oh no.
I'm gonna grab a keyboard and I'm gonna be like, touch it.
No. Ew. I don't like that sound. Ew.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
alright.
So,
No,
so
no,
you're not
no.
one when you get bored at a table, you start doing the nail thing.
Oh god, no.
All right.
Oh yeah, no.
because that feels like that's right in the neighborhood too.
Really.
Of just
Yeah.
just tapping your nails on a table
Mhm.
is similar to.
It's weird. I like soothing noises. Like I do like really soothing stuff, but like that, like the key, I don't know. Everybody's different, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
get you.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
definitely an original one.
I
No,
guess
seriously,
yeah,
you
yeah.
may literally be the first person I ever heard like
I have a
keyboards noises.
I have a
Yeah,
I
no.
laptop at work, and then I have the separate keyboard.
Yeah.
And it irritates a coworker of mine that sits right
Oh,
across
God.
from me, and
Okay.
I'm tapping away, and he goes, "Bro, like, do you really have a separate keyboard that you got to be pouncing on like that?" And I'm just so used to it. Like, it's
Yeah.
easier for me to use a wireless keyboard on stuff
Mm.
when I'm doing a lot of typing and messaging and stuff. So I totally get it, because
It's
it
weird,
probably
yeah.
irritates the shit out of him, and that's why he made the comment,
why,
because he's
yeah.
very direct. So
Yeah.
And we're assuming just computer, like the clicking,
Yeah.
not like that wonderful instrument that made the '80s great.
No.
Okay,
No.
yeah.
just making sure it's not like across the board.
Yeah,
No,
like-
no,
Keyboard.
No. Nah, just
All right.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
So actually, JC had nowhere to be. He was actually upstairs the whole time. Now he's
was
coming
he?
down with his guitar.
Yeah.
He's going to do a solo for you.
Yeah.
This was all a ruse.
What's that meme from SpongeBob where you go, okay, I'm gonna head out. That's me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out. Yeah.
I'm gonna head out.
I'm out. Peace. All right. So rapid fire. Ready?
Am I? I don't know.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah?
ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
All
You
right.
just name it that to intimidate people.
You have it on your phone too. Wow, you guys are prepared. Okay.
Oh, we're always prepared.
Okay.
All right.
Even the intro that I flubbed half of.
Yeah, we'll retake that after the end.
Uh.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Favorite cartoon growing up?
Ooh. Favorite cartoon?
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Okay.
SpongeBob. Yeah.
Are you a Patrick fan or
Oh
S-
God.
Squidward?
You can say
or
plankton. It's fine.
plankton,
No.
or just
Your
SpongeBob?
team plankton.
No.
Who's a squirrel?
Sandy.
Sandy the
yeah.
squirrel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I liked Larry.
Okay.
All right, now I'm gonna head out.
He was on screen. It was just like, hey man, what's up? It's like,
I know exactly who you're talking about.
like this guy's cool. Like SpongeBob's like a crackhead. Patrick doesn't even know
Yeah.
where he's at. Squidward's constantly pissed off. And then you have, hey, what's up, man?
Hi, SpongeBob. All right. Stranded on an island and only one food to survive on. What is it?
I feel like we just discussed this.
It can be the entire Chick-fil-A menu.
No, it's only one
Oh, yeah.
item.
One item.
One item.
So you're saying
Oh,
okay,
one food. One food.
one food.
You have to.
I mean, condiments and toppings are allowed, but
Okay. 30 count chicken nugget.
okay. From Chick-fil-A.
Indeed.
Okay.
now we talking daily or the rest of your life you want to live off
Well, what do you-
130 nugget?
You said straight on life for one day, right?
No,
Oh,
I know.
you're stranded on an island for the rest of your life, right? And you only have one food you got to live off
Okay,
of.
then get three, the quantity of 3 of those 30 count nuggets.
You could just say nuggets, chicken
Yeah.
nuggets from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but 8 counts. We need the 30.
All right.
We need the 30. Yeah.
So next
I
time,
mean, you're alone on an island. Who's if
Yeah.
George
You
you
make the
Yeah.
rules.
if there's health ramifications, who's gonna notice?
Cash.
Vote
They'll do
cash,
everything.
yeah.
yeah, Gilligan's Island was full of shit. Okay, those fuckers could have got off that island really easily. I'm just saying.
Wait, did you guys see the movie Old?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say you liked it?
I saw
or-
parts of it.
okay.
And I was like, they need some 30 count nuggets. All right. Next.
Would that have slowed down the aging?
Yeah.
All
A
right.
little bit of Chick-fil-A sauce, Polynesian. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Makes everyone feel like a kid again.
All right. Well, next time you come over, right, and do the podcast with us, I will make sure
30
there
count?
is a 30 count of
Yes.
chicken nuggets for
Let's
you.
do it. Get the tray.
We'll make it a party.
Yeah, I'll make him uncomfortable with the mouth noises.
We'll be doing a live recording while you're eating, right?
I'm gonna do a solo.
All right. Lover, are you a lover of ice cream?
I am.
Okay. If you had the ability to create your own signature flavor for Ben and Jerry, what would it be?
Ooh. That already exists, right? M&M's? Or like a Swedish what there's Swedish fish water ice from Rita's that I love.
Okay.
Well, yeah. What concoction would you put your stamp of approval on?
Ice cream.
Cupcake.
Chocolate or
Like it.
vanilla?
Oh, vanilla.
Okay.
1000%.
Okay.
Little bit
And
of
are
cookie
you
crumbles
team
on the top.
sprinkles or Jimmy's?
The same thing.
How do you pronounce them though?
Because apparently that's a thing.
Wait, what do you mean? Sprinkles or Jimmy's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you call them sprinkles or Jimmy's? This is an impromptu rapid fire.
This is like I came on today. This is gonna be a great interview. Sprinkles or Jimmy's?
Hey, we
I-
don't discriminate. I'm gonna just put it out there.
Sprinkles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well-
What about little rainbow sticks? What about that? Is
That works
there?
too.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah.
I've never heard it like
You-
that, but since you say it that
The
way,
rainbow sticks. I'm thinking bomb pop.
yeah.
Well, we let JC do a rapid fire once, and he turned it into 30 minutes. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
well, no. We were
Daniel.
just saying. So, like,
All right.
okay.
All right. You got to beat him. Here we go.
All right.
All right.
Any crazy talents that you have that you can share?
Crazy talents.
She can pronounce
Yandere.
Yandu.
Yandere. I mean, I could like. I know. Like, I could like. I guess like crazy voice acting. I could go to like Peach to like Harley.
Can we get some peach?
Hi. Oh, did I win? So. And then I could like get like really sadistic and go like.
I mean, you're
Like-
invited back on either way. You don't
Okay,
have to.
okay.
You don't have to. You don't have to bribe us with such
So-
sweet words.
So can with some Harley, give us some Harley.
Well, I don't want to like hurt anybody's eardrums.
no.
Yeah, I gotta like bring that New York out of you a little bit. No, just a little bit where you talk like this. Pardon? You know? It's amazing what you find in people's glove compartments. You know, like that. And then, the Margot Robbie, of course. And then Arkham Knight, which I really don't want to hurt your eardrums with because that's really high pitched.
Go listen to our long legs review
Yeah.
and, and talk to us about blowing eardrums out.
The neighbors complained.
But yeah, and then for Yandere it's very low and depressing and monotone. And then I can go back to Peach. So like I'm very like, oh, I could go British. A little bit of British.
You British?
Little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want some tea and a biscuit?
We'll go over to my flat.
Let's do
Yeah.
All right, Tom Holland, and go.
Tom Holland. Tom Holland.
Are you going to be doing a British accent soon?
I hope so.
Okay.
I might incorporate that in like a character. Why not? So,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
it's fun.
I'll try to throw that into the skit.
Yeah,
If you could learn a superpower, what would it be?
if you could learn a superpower, I thought superpowers were just given to you.
If you
All
can
right.
receive
Just an
a
alternate
superpower.
alternate dimension.
All right. If
Okay.
you could,
What superpower?
what superpower? Did you see The Boys? I don't know if you ever watched that
I
show.
did see the boys. I love
Okay.
the
So
boys, okay.
what would be your superpower? And it's not termite.
Reading minds.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that'll be really funny.
Okay.
Yeah. Like right now you're thinking of bacon. Oh, and human centipede.
All right, almost had her. And
I was gonna say you're pretty on point with Dave. That's
Yeah?
that's
I'm not a complicated person to figure out.
I can tell.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite horror movie franchise?
Ooh. Scream.
Favorite horror villain?
All time.
All time.
Either Ghostface or Pinhead. Yeah, from Hellraiser.
He's definitely fucks with your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I love him in Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
So he's good.
Another fun game.
Another friend.
Yeah. What was your first concert?
Oh my gosh. First concert? Jeez. Well, here's the thing. I'm friends with Chris. So he was like, hey, I'm doing a show for Fozzie. Like, do you and your dad want to come down? And I'm like, yeah. So I guess that was like the really, really fun. It was a really great show.
Okay.
Was it a local show?
It was in, I think, Fillmore in Philly.
Okay.
Okay.
It was a really great show. Like,
I've never gotten to see him.
no, he's amazing.
I bought his first
Seriously.
album when it came out, but
Really?
I was just a huge Y2J junkie. Like as soon as he walked through the curtain the first time, I was like, "Oh my god!" this is awesome."
If you can choose one actor or actress from any generation to work with, who would that be and why?
Oh my gosh. This might be like a far stretch, but like Margot Robbie.
That's what I was
love her.
figuring.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah. So are you a fan of Barbie?
I never watched it.
No?
Yeah, it just seemed a little too like forced. Like the
Is it weird because you're such a fan of her playing Harley Quinn that you got to turn around and it's like,
I wasn't a big fan of Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
I like the traditional Harley Quinn, like the Harley Quinn that's like obsessed with Joker. Like that's
yeah,
that's what she was in the comics, right? And when she was in the series. And I don't know, like the whole art like alternate version of her where like she's with Ivy and she's like doesn't need Joker. It just doesn't. It feels like
It
a
doesn't.
whole
It
different
feels
character.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's your favorite Joker?
Mark Hamill. 1000%.
Okay.
Jared Leto. I thought it was a fun twist, but like,
I,
not
I
really.
actually had to think for a second. Mark Hamill. I'm like, I haven't seen. Oh wait,
It's the
but I forgot.
animated-
This is
the
that whole
animated-
voice actor
yes.
unite thing.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Have you had any crazy con experiences yet? Interactions with the fans, or
Oh,
anything?
my God.
Like, is there anything just weird? It could be cosplay. It could be you, being there at your own table. Have you had
Yeah,
anything?
I mean, I've had a lot of. Whew, I have stories. I have stories.
Stay tuned for part 2 of this
Yeah,
interview.
yeah, no, seriously. I mean, I think, oh my gosh, craziest story. Of course, I've had like, unfortunately, stalkers. I have had people who like, have stalked me for years who have showed up at conventions.
Ooh.
But then I also get like the fans that are like, "Can you follow me on Instagram? Can you follow me on Instagram? I met you. Can you follow me on Instagram?" But then no, with cosplay, that's a whole book. I mean, Harley, I've gotten like touched, groped in the back of the neck. That happened at Monster Mania. And then Peach, it was actually one of my first ever conventions where I was Peach, and somebody like went under my dress. There was another time
Jesus
where,
Christ.
yeah, there was another time where somebody wanted me to twirl, and my mom was right there. My mom's Italian.
Oh,
So that, yeah.
oh.
Yeah, so yeah, he was like, "Can you twirl?" And me just again, I was new to cons. So I was like, "Sure."
I guess this is what they do with these things.
And then he goes, "Well, can you do it again, but like slower?" And my mom's like, "Yeah, no." My mom's like, "Yeah, no." It was like a weird like, thing he I guess he was gonna do.
Definitely.
I didn't know because I was young. But no, crazy fan experience. I mean, I had somebody mistake me for Lauren Rivera. Like they really thought I was Lauren Rivera. Like I was at my table and they're like, "You're Lauren, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hi, it's nice to meet you." And they're like, "I loved you in Terrifier." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What?" Like honored, but
I was
what?
going to say,
Was this terrified? Like,
But yeah,
That's-
no.
yeah.
I
And
guess
so-
I guess you could play it up if it's a show she's not at.
No, I could never do that. No, and I do know her. Like I've been
Was
out
it
with-
awkward? What was it awkward saying? Like, yeah, I'm not that
And
Lauren.
I was like, "Yeah, no." I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Yeah, but like I saw like you guys are like friends on Instagram." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're friends on Instagram." And they're like, "Yeah, but like you were in Terrifier." I'm like, "No, I'm not in Terrifier."
Wow.
I was rat number 4.
I was the stocking hanging up on the wall. In the
Yeah.
house.
Were you the stunt double for Jonathan? Said, "Oh, too soon."
Yeah.
I was the glasses. How about that?
Yeah.
I was the glasses. But yeah, no, I mean, I've been mistaken for like in cosplay, like when I'm Peach, people think I'm Aurora. Just like weird scenarios. But like the weirdest things I think all happened with Harley. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I guess works out that you seem to have like the ultimate security detail.
Yeah.
Because
Plus, I think I could play it off too. Like when I'm Harley, like and somebody like for example touches me or whatever weird interaction, but like,
you're armed.
not just that, but like I can be in character. With Peach, I can't, yeah. But Harley, be like, "Yo, hands off the merchandise!" Like, get your hands off. Peach, I can't do that. And then once
Yeah,
they
best you can do is, our princess is in another castle.
yeah, right. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, I mean, I think most of again, there's more cons to come, and again, the positive overrules the negative, but
Gotta watch out.
yes,
You just gotta watch out. Yeah.
You guys too. You're talking about bacon and human centipede. I mean, please, there's gonna be people that latch onto that. Dave.
Yeah.
You've seen Get Out, right?
I have seen.
You don't even have to stir tea. Just mention those two
Yeah.
things, and I'm just.
You love people.
Yeah. Is there any show you're currently binge watching?
Severance.
Yeah.
Apple TV. Yeah.
Are you in second season? Or are you still in the first?
Oh, what do you mean? I already watched the second. I saw the season finale
Okay.
last night. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still have to watch it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My friend actually got me hooked on it, and he's like, "You really have to watch this." And I'm like, "Okay, sure." Is it horror? Like, is there like dead bodies everywhere? No, but it's good. I'm like, okay. And so like I watched it, and I really, really liked it. I really do. There's like baby goats and like elevators that make you forget where you are.
Yeah, you
Like,
get out,
it's
you
very
get out of the elevator, and then you go home, and you forget what
You
you did,
forget what
what
you did at
happened at
work.
work. Yeah,
it's very
I wish
good.
I could do that.
Kill me all, right? But yeah,
Okay,
probably Severance
Severance,
until it comes
okay.
out again. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just thinking about goat bacon now.
That that's a far stretch. Not just regular bacon. We're talking
Yeah,
like
goat
goat
bacon.
bacon.
Yeah. I hope it's better than goat cheese. I'm not a fan of goat cheese.
Oh,
So,
yeah, it's
yeah,
nasty.
it's
Nasty.
went to Greece one time, and it was just like you have to ask, you specify what cheese is this? You know,
Oh no.
is this
I-
cheese from a cow or cheese from
From-
goat? You know,
Oh, ew, ew, ew.
yeah.
What do you guys like? Pepper Jack, Kobe Jack, or American?
Cooper Shark.
Wait,
Nope.
what were the first two again?
Colby, I would go.
Oh, pepper jack,
So
pepper
you got the
jack.
baby
Yeah.
goat bacon. All right.
I'll say Kobe Jack.
Okay.
How about you?
Sure.
Pepper
yeah.
Jack.
All right, pepper Jack.
Pepper Jack and like sharp like provolone.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I like the Italian places. They got the sharp provolone
Provolone.
on the Italian sub.
yeah.
Yeah.
On the roll with the gravy, not the sauce.
Yes. You know the difference between the two? No? Yes?
I thought it was viscosity.
I live with an Italian. I am not Italian, unfortunately. But I'm like, what do they call it? A Metagon when you're like not really Italian, but
Yeah.
like, you grow up. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's like the sauce is like you
So
got
you're a
the sauce-
muggle.
the gravy is like the sauce with the meat, right? And that's how they kind of like
Yeah.
you gotta
And they do like the what's it called?
And dead for the win.
I'm Russian.
I
leave me
thought I
alone.
raised you. What's the
I
matter
know
with
this. I know this.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah, that knows you better get your act together when you.
All right, last one. Okay. Do
Okay.
you karaoke?
No.
No?
I done it like twice.
All right.
And then after I was like, oh God, what did I just do?
Really?
Yeah, I had like a Long Island iced tea the one time, and I was like, yeah,
I was going to ask if you drink,
I
then
do. Yeah.
a few of those, and you're like
feel
Whitney
confident,
Houston.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I'm like a bad singer. Like I definitely do. You know, I could like do like good notes. It's just,
All right, let me ask this question.
oh no.
So, what would be your go-to song that you're blurting and blasting, and then you're singing at the
Jesus.
top of your lungs? Like, what's your
God.
go-to song?
Go to. I have so many.
All right, give me three, or if you, all right,
Right.
if unless you
But
don't want
one
to do
you
one.
would just randomly belt out singing.
Oh my
You're in a soundproof car, and nobody's going to hear.
God. I really don't know. Like I guess I don't know. I had to go with like in like my recent like playlist. I don't know.
Okay,
Favorite songs, like
just one.
just one.
Just so, what's your genre?
Jesus.
What do you go to? What's
So
your
I'm very weird. I could do like J-pop to regular rock to like pop music, Ariana Grande, not country. Not a big fan of country.
Okay.
But yeah. Jazz, not a big fan of.
You-
Alternate.
you say you're really weird, but then
Weird.
you see where you're, where you're at right now.
Do you listen
right?
to Poppy?
I know all the things, all the things. What is it? All the things she said, all the things. That one.
She did cover that, yes.
Yeah, that's the only.
And it was
song I
actually
ever heard.
really good.
Yeah.
That's like my. Actually, it used to be a guilty pleasure. Now it's just like, no, like it.
Yeah. Like
yeah.
I mean, I listen to like all like the like main artists. Really, not really though. Like Ariana Grande sometimes, Madison Beer, Ava Max, Linkin Park. Like it's weird. I have like a mix. Of
Okay.
music. Yeah.
Is there any upcoming concerts you're going to think about going to? Are you a concert person? Or
I
not?
am
No?
not.
Okay.
I am not. Here's the thing. Like I can deal with them. Like I can have fun, but it's like, am I like, oh my God, I love this artist so much, I'm gonna go see them in person? Not really.
Yeah.
Not
And then I
really.
guess, if you look at what harassment you've gotten at cons, you figure add a lot of alcohol to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
just-
I give props to people that go to concerts because like it's a lot. It's a lot of sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of drinking, like you said. And then when you come out of the concert, you're like, okay, like am I deaf? Like do I have damage or just like I can't hear for
Yeah.
about, like
It
30
takes
minutes?
it takes about 24
I've
hours.
never
to-
asked that. It's
calm
just,
down,
it's
yeah.
just a given.
Well, that was rapid fire.
Was rapid fire.
So you made it through rapid fire with us.
I didn't. Was it under? How long did you say it was? Like 30
Oh,
minutes.
nothing will
Wow.
ever be as long
Oh,
as.
No. Half of this will get edited out.
Yeah, it's fault. JC just
Yeah,
he was like, I want
Yeah.
the 7 reasons why this is your favorite food. It's like ask one.
Yeah.
So
I like broccoli because it's green.
Yeah.
Looks
And-
like little trees.
and it could be crunchy or chewy.
And it'll stick in your teeth.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I love popcorn, which is like a hot take because I know a lot of people don't really like.
Oh no,
I-
that's like a go-to
yeah.
snack. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
same.
can't. I have diverticulitis, so I'm supposed to avoid popcorn.
Why? Like why?
It'll get stuck in my
Human
intestines.
centipede. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to
No,
avoid popcorn.
Yeah.
So wait,
Oh,
so do you do like Jiffy Pop or microwave or?
nothing beats movie theater. Nothing beats movie theater. But no, I can
But I
also
mean, if
like
you're
throw
having
it in
it
a
at home-
bag. Yeah, throw it in a bag in a microwave.
You're getting a large bucket
You
and
almost
then
had me.
refill it before you leave. Is that what you're saying?
Also, that and that and like the you know like the the bags of popcorn that are just large
Yeah.
and they're buttered. That hits too.
Oh,
You know-
the big clear trash bag.
Yeah.
of-
When you're on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
boardwalk, right?
What do I get?
Yeah. Is you get that big bag or
I
you get the
don't
kettle?
usually get cotton candy or funnel cake.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're on the
Yeah.
boardwalk, you got to get the huge bag of cotton candy.
Yeah. I mean, you are New Jersey, right? So the boardwalk, you definitely have to do the
You
boardwalk
do
at
the
least once a
boardwalk.
summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything is like so overpriced there too.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like it's insane.
Yeah.
What's your shore point?
Ooh. Usually Cape May. Cape May or One Snow Bloom in Ocean City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Lauren, this is. Do you have any social media? Do you want to promote? What's your
Yes.
tags?
Yes. So I am at Lauren Alenia on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube as well. And that's kind of where I post my daily life and everything like that, my upcoming roles, the stuff I've worked on, and you guys could like come on and ride the wave, join the live. Join
And the
the...
release date of Swine and Dine.
Yes.
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 So can you follow us on
I don't follow
Instagram?
you. I don't follow you guys.
Can you follow us?
Yes.
No, I'm sure you do. I'm sure. I'm only messing with you.
Like you're giving me a side note. Stop. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second.
didn't follow my TikTok.
Wow.
What's in here?
I know.
Is that because the ghost doesn't want me to follow you guys?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you saw the internet crash out from the beginning of this, so.
Yeah. But
Yeah, see, it's like not
it's not
it's
refreshing.
not refreshing.
That's not refreshing at all.
It's not.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Haha, nice pun, nice pun.
Well, this has been a pleasure of having you here live in
Absolutely.
studio today,
Nice.
Lauren.
Thank you,
You've been
guys.
amazing, and we are looking forward to your career blooming,
you.
blossoming, and continuing on over the
Thank you
next
so-
lifetime.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so much.
It almost sounds like just by numbers as of now. It sounds like in about 50 years, everyone's gonna be looking back. You're like the next D. Wallace.
You think?
A ton of work, and it just seems like you're on this mission to spread. Yeah, went full circle right back to the beginning. Yeah, positivity and just good vibes.
Thank you. I appreciate
and we'll be
that.
20 years from now, we'll be coming in walkers, to
Yeah.
the con.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say we won't be alive for that, but
Do you remember us? Remember Bacon and Human Centipede?
Which one of you is gonna have the bifocals though? You already have glasses, so you're good. What about you?
I mean,
Tim?
I have contacts in,
You
so
do?
I'll probably have the bifocals
The
if he doesn't. Yeah.
I'm just
My dad has them.
I'm just
so.
gonna I'm just gonna tough it out until I crash.
But you were a trooper all this time. I know it was long.
Yeah.
And
I love long interviews. It's fun. And there'll be a lot
it
of
was a
editing.
blast. Yeah.
Counting on you.
Miss some.
Yeah.
We'll transition the jacket thing, but
No. Yeah. No. Get that out. All right. Let's redo
And-
redo the intro, and then I'll let you guys do your outro. And...
broadcast completed.
You've been listening to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast. Be sure to come on down to excellentdayforapodcast.com where you'll find our entire catalog. And for your convenience, every episode contains a link where you can text the nerds. Want to throw some praise? Some critique? Perhaps you have a suggestion for a topic you'd like to see us tackle. But while you think about that, you could also check out the connections to all of our socials, including our YouTube channel. Give all them a visit. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with everybody you know. And for those feeling a little extra generous, there's also a button where you can support the show in other ways. Every bit of support helps. Well, that's it for this episode. And remember, stay creepy and keep talking some damn hard.